I don't.
Okay, then get the fuck out.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye guys.
Alright,
Get
peace.
the
See ya.
fuck out. Get the. I'm sorry.
Alright, I'm good. You guys ready? Everybody here? Yeah?
Yep.
Thanks.
See YLR. I see Marcus.
She better be heard this. Here, this is her shit.
I haven't heard her talk yet, so. Jen, are you here? Jasmine.
Oh.
Jasmine.
She messaged.
Okay. It's alright, my kids are screaming bloody murder anyway. Let me go, like, totally not strangle them and then.
Yeah,
Hey.
I bear back too.
I am 100% for beating your kids.
Yes.
I survived. Memes.
Are we all here?
Yep.
As far as I know. I'm not entirely sure.
Did I miss anything?
No, but I have music on now.
I dig it. It's relaxing.
It seems like we're planning to infiltrate something. And do things and stuff in a desert city. That's not really the city.
It's this.
What are this?
It's a mashup. Who's there?
Are we still having technical difficulties?
I think so.
Hey.
Yay.
Sorry, guys.
All right.
I think we're good. Yay.
Roll call.
Hi.
Nah.
Awesome.
Okay. Good.
How long have we been doing this? Should be used to this by now.
Oh, yeah.
Should be better at this already.
I know.
Jared.
You want tea?
The team.
You want tea.
Jeez.
Alright, okay. Are we ready?
Barely.
Alright. So, sorry, I had to read back at some of the things that Marky sent me. Alright. So, again, as you, the collective, you burst forth into the light from the tunnels of the Yuan-Ti. Jasmine kind of looks around as one person kind of collapses into the muck, kind of like bleeding out from a wound. A couple people rush over, and in a few moments as she kind of like looks over, the person just kind of like expires. And a couple people move on. A couple people say a few prayers, and as she watches over this moment, her eyes begin to dull somewhat. In that moment, she's taken back out of her body and flung across the sands through, you see like fields of cacti, you see all these dunes like as we just fling out into the middle of emptiness. On the horizon, you see just kind of the sun cresting over to this almost blinding light, and you see far in the distance the ruins of a great city, the ruins of what was once the capital of Islam in the barony of Habadur. And on the outskirts of these vast ruins is a small brothel, the Scarlet Sands. And as the camera kind of zooms around, you see just this old kind of decrepit, like sun-dried wood. Half of the building is kind of like part ruin, where it's like almost like a stone bottom, and then they built up with wood. And in this little shady nook, if you will, it zooms inside, and around a table in the back of the brothel are a couple of, we'll say, stylish individuals.
Stylish.
So as we go around, I'll do some more description in a second. So as we go around, everybody who is playing is at this table, and you're all discussing just how it is you want to do this going forward. So if everybody wants to just like describe their character as you're like going around, suppose we can start with Jasmine.
What are we supposed to?
Supposed to what?
Guess there's no question.
No, there isn't.
Damn it, Rick.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did he say Jasmine or Jasper? I'm sorry.
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
Oh, okay.
He,
Sorry.
But Edmund and Idmund was fine.
Fuck.
No, Edmund.
Right. But Jasmine and Jasper is too hard.
Well, I thought he said. I was making sure he didn't say Jasper.
Literally every time someone said Edmund's name in the last session, I was like, wait, what? What's going on? So,
That's 100%.
I was worried
your
about
fault.
that.
I want you to know that.
You're welcome, world. All
So-
right, so starting with Jasmine.
All right.
Jasper.
This is Jasmine as she was younger. Only
much younger?
about 16 at the time. She's a little thinner, a little greener. She's
Physically?
sick of yes, no. A little more naive. She's starting to get sick of scrounging for scraps at betting tables and cutting purses in her spare time, and wants to get her little makeshift family out of debt. And thinks she's found a way to do so.
All right. And as she kind of she begins telling you all this tale, she begins going over the events that have been happening. So there is kind of a local gang of thugs called, they've dubbed themselves the Shroud, and they've kind of seized this area. Essentially, the Barony of Habadur, it's this large city that people still make pilgrimages to, but once everybody moved to Amir and Ferruccia, which are baronies by the river, it kind of left all the systems in disrepair. So there's these vast kind of ruins and outskirts, and then there's an inner sanctum where most of the nobles stay. So anyway, so you guys are on these vast outskirts, and a lot of it is somewhat lawless. So plugging into this is this gang is kind of taken over, and it's really a power is based off who's strongest, right? And it's quite lawless out here. I also know that you're playing a game right now, Weiler. It tells me.
yes, I am.
Is it run by Turk?
I'm almost
Yes.
just playing some kind of stuff.
So there's a lot of turf, and this is essentially the Shroud's turf right now. They're kind of an up and coming, and they're notorious for kind of a pin hair trigger, if you will. They're very aggressive, and they don't really take any shit. So they're kind of your stereotypical, asshole gang.
Just thugs.
Yeah. So anyway, they've been making life really difficult for everybody. Pinching people more than they're already pinched, being in where they already live. So anyway, that's kind of a little bit of background. So as she's explaining this idea of how you might be able to take care of a couple birds with one stone, we turn over to you, Jasper.
And Jasper, what does Jasper look like?
The twins are identical.
Are they the same age?
It's about, yeah. He's a few minutes older, but not by much.
Hence twins.
No.
Wait.
No. If it helps, he's the pretty one.
I was making a joke, guys. Get it? They're twins. Are they the same age?
Fight.
Yeah, that was funny.
Fight.
So, also 16 or 17, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Pretty boy. I don't know what he looks like. I didn't think about this. Whatever. Yeah, Jasmine actually knows what she looks like. She was looking for him. But, yeah, he looks like her in male clothes. does he dress? I know you said he works at the brothel. Is he like
Yeah.
what are we talking, male brothel or are we talking female brothel?
We're talking what pays,
Talking
Por
with
que
page.
no los dos?
right?
Gotcha.
In my mind, when I first came up with the characters, he favored a lot of jewelry and silk clothing. Kind of a badass.
Okay. I can work with that. Okay.
It was actually his idea to work in the brothel versus his little sister. He's
How
kind
noble.
of protecting her. Right. He's a good boy.
Okay. I can work with that. Anything else you need, Dylan?
No, it's pretty much just like, a quick intro as I'm kind of like, yeah, I look like this and that and the other thing. And I'm the coolest. All right. So, yeah, so as she goes into more detail, right, like it's kind of, if you imagine, it's like semicircle kind of around the table. She begins talking of rumors of a kind of a new noble in town, Lady Neela, and she is apparently going to be coming through the area, and she is notorious for kind of flaunting her wealth, and rumor has it she has an overly lavish gift that she wants to exchange with the Baron for some land and political power and whatnot. So you're not quite sure what it is. You've just heard it's a lavish gift. So whether it's a piece of jewelry, you're not quite sure. Perhaps some, at the very least, that her entourage will carry very valuable goods. So she begins kind of telling you this information and kind of explaining that there might be a way to not only make out with some loot, but also potentially frame the shroud at the same time, killing two birds with one stone. And as she begins to talk about this, it pans over to Prismius.
Whew. Prismius is red, right?
Yes.
Alright, yeah, I assumed it was like stereotypical tiefling. Okay, fantastic. So, Prismius is a tiefling, bright red skin. They are dressed in a basically it. He has a bit of a taste for finery, just like to separate. They just want to like separate themselves from the status that they are currently living in. Dress for the job you want. So they similar to how Jasper is probably wearing like all these silks and like hanging jewels. Currently, Prismius is in basically just one giant bolt of silk, like as a wrap.
Well,
Yeah. I was thinking like kind of like a sari kind of thing. So yeah. So a tail gently sways side to side as they listen intently to Jasmine's plot, and they seem to be looking past her, almost tabulating everything that would be needed for this, and who and what favors would need to be called in, keeping accounts.
With that, so Jasmine, do you have any other like details that like you'd like to add?
It's a much better description than mine.
Better description than mine too. Details as far as plot?
Is anything? Any sort of last details?
Bit of assist.
I feel like we're missing one.
Are missing one.
Well, I know it's kind of like I've been like putting details in between. So
Um. Now that I'm on the spot.
Like, are we? Is this a break and enter kind of thing?
Oh.
Is it
Right.
grift?
Ideally, be a smash and grab. Find a way to implicate the Shroud, and I know their leader, his name is Avi, and he's a dick. So if we could implicate him specifically, that would make me a lot happier.
What will we need?
what makes him such a dick?
He is the one that comes crashing into our home, this little home of ours. Money and favors and basically everything we can give and more. Life just generally difficult. He's kind of picking on us specifically because we're the only thing making any sort of coin around here.
So he enjoys like the personal touch. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not just it's not just business for him.
No, he's a sadist.
Solid. It's gonna feel good.
It's gonna get us paid and it's gonna feel good.
All right, and you see kind of like just taking in all the information that's going around the table. Go ahead, Garrett and or Shiva. I'm not sure what you decided.
Yeah, I decided on Garrett. So you kind of look over, or the camera pans over to show this kind of tall, lithe figure. This tan, brown-eyed man with this feathery long hair, just kind of a very menacing but also kind of kind appearance. Dressed very much for purpose, not to be pretty, but like a simple tunic, perhaps a hood to conceal their appearance. You see Garrett, this very utilitarian thief. Very simplistic, but it seems like they know what they're doing. And that's about all I got.
That's why we keep you.
Huh?
That's why we keep you. You're reliable.
You don't need frills. Jasper might.
Sure don't.
Jasper needs frills.
So as Jasmine kind of gets to the end of kind of the facts, like this is what I found out. You guys all look at each other, calculating, thinking, and now it's free game as you decide how you want to do this.
Nice.
So yeah.
Boss lady?
So this is your guys' go. This is how you guys talk about how you ideas how you want to do it.
So we're currently at the table, semicircle style, mafia style.
Yes.
Jasmine has laid out this plan to us, right?
Hmm?
Yeah, more of like here's
And-
some like a loose kind of idea.
Some intel.
Or
Yeah.
she's laid out the foundation of. Gotcha. And now we're planning.
Jasmine's going to interject, if it was me, I would want to take this while she was moving through the city. If we wait till she gets to someone's manor, the guards will be too thick. We won't be able to get in.
There's gonna be a lot more eyes on it then.
Seems the
agree.
type to swan around, showing off her wealth. Just to us.
Mhm.
I agree. We get it while they're moving. Less layers to get through there.
Cool.
Would help if we knew what we were looking for, though.
It's difficult to find a buyer for a mystery item.
True.
That too.
Goods we can use and jewels we can smash apart and sell bit by bit.
Your intel, Jasmine, from what you've heard, your intel is that the lady carries a very ornate box, essentially by her side at all times. It's what your source believes to be like whatever this item is probably kept there.
Prismius winces at Jasmine offering to smash jewels.
I don't know if that's how that works. I think they'd be more worthwhile, wouldn't they? I mean, jewelry, you would melt it
A
down.
concept. Off.
Okay.
Regardless, we can use whatever we find. If the box is ornate, sell the box.
Jasmine, are you sure you're up for this? This is ambitious even for you.
We aren't making rent. We haven't for a while. And I'm not sure if you remember the last time Avi and his goons came through here, but some of us barely made it out alive.
Prismius puts a hand to their side, remembering probably a broken rib.
Either we make rent, or we'll have another show. At the same time, we could keep the loot for ourselves. Who doesn't want to make a buck and keep himself safe?
I have no objections. I just wish we could plan more. We don't really know what we're dealing with. But improvisation is, well, I think it's one of our strong suits.
I have a question about the region, Dylan.
Yes, go ahead.
That it's desert, so caravans and litters and things like that would be normal travel.
Yeah, there are some. You have some traffic. There's not a ton of traffic, but you know that kind of this is all happening in the the next town over. Essentially, is where you got this intel where they're going to be passing through. Not a lot of traffic comes near where you are, but there's a few trails where there's more caravans. Generally, all the caravans are fairly heavily guarded, just because of the nature of this region. But it's not uncommon for caravans to go missing because, go figure, there's a
Where we
large
live.
swath of lawless territory. So. And also that town does fall under the Shroud's hand as well.
We know where she is now, and we know where she has to go. Pass by one of the areas we can get to if she wants to go anywhere. A caravan that large would be days away.
From your source, the runner that came kind of ahead of that caravan, you have maybe a day and a half or so before they land. You're not sure how long if they're just going to pass through or if they're going to stay in the town, but you got about a day and a half.
So, little sister, do we do this the smash and grab way, or do we do this my way? So he like flourishes his fingers and flicks his hair a little bit, gives a smile. Do I lure her with my wiles, or what?
You could be a distraction.
Oh,
And she says it kind of teasingly. You're very good at that.
I don't mean to speak out of my place, but doesn't sound that interesting. You doing all the handiwork.
Interesting is dangerous. You should know that by now. This is business. And when they say this is business, the Prisma shoots a sort of a hard look at Jasmine.
Just saying,
Business. Don't get too ahead of yourself.
we got plenty of resources here. 4 people, 2 hands each. It's 8 hands. We need to think. There are layers to this. The transportation, the security. We should have layers to our plan as well.
Let us see.
I might
it
have
is-
one angle. Got a friend in town. Intercept her for us.
Pardon, a what?
And we may be more than 4.
Oh, we
Interesting.
have recruits. Who else you got in this, little sister? I don't know. Wait, who was born first? I was
Yep.
born first.
You.
You're, I'll keep saying little sister. There we go.
you know, I want to make friends. You can never have enough tools in your arsenal.
Just cut out of here to anybody else. Sorry.
It's good to make friends. You can never have enough tools in your arsenal.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we need to look at all of our strong suits. I think me
Yeah.
and Jasmine are capable of getting in and out unseen. You're a talker. If Brismius wants to get his hands involved, he's also a good talker.
We need 1 tool for my job. Says with a smile.
But Jasmine said you could be a distraction. What Jasmine said, you could be a distraction. Walk up, get their attention, keep them talking. And then we move in, get a look at what we're dealing with. Back from there.
Do we know how many gods she has with us? With her.
I don't think we know a whole lot.
I'd have to go see my friend in the next town over.
See how many gods. See what their root is.
Then why don't we get some more information before we continue planning? But we have the basic idea.
That sounds like a plan.
Start of one, at least.
Jasper will get up. His jewelry jingling. Painted hands waving in the air. Come. Let us scout.
And as you all
Jasmine's
kind
going to get up and roll her eyes at that.
of get up, there's this little symphony of as the chairs all come out from the table and the camera pans out. You spend however long it takes to gather your things to get ready. as you make the trek to the next town. Is that the plan?
Truck. Scout.
Do we are we going on foot? Do we we're going on
Do we have-
foot, aren't we? This is gonna suck.
Do we have man boys to carry us? I don't fucking know. What do we have? We're poor. I don't know. I don't
Definitely
think we have
not
much space.
man boys, but
Just saying, I don't
You-
think we have-
you
What a shame.
you have contacts, Prismius. It's not. This is a fairly squalid territory. If you
Yeah, no, I
But
know.
you have enough contacts. You could probably gather up a couple of horses and probably go two by two.
We only need 2
Two
horses.
by
It's
two.
fine.
Yeah. Like what I was more concerned with, like, once we're there, if I'd have the contacts to like get clothing for disguises, or pick
Yeah.
up a litter like we said.
Yeah.
Like-
You have certainly. There's a little more resources in the town,
Right.
Than you
Yeah,
have
definitely.
right here. But you do have contacts like kind of throughout this area in various towns in this region.
Yeah.
I've been
Excellent.
stealing and selling things for a while.
Excellent. I'm content.
All right. As you kind of get your, you secure your mounts and a couple of the things you need from home, you begin to make your way across the sands, off into kind of like the evening.
Sides out.
So, kind of riding through the evening and into the night. By the time you hit town, it's kind of wee hours of the morning. Sneak past where the guards are. You know a spot, and you kind of get with a gentleman that you know, Prismius, to kind of keep your stable, or keep your mounts in the stable, but kind of like off the record.
Mhm.
Give him a couple of coins and nods exchanged, and you begin making your merry way throughout the buildings looking for tact.
Well, if I know him like I think I know him, we should probably check a tavern first.
Well, favorite
You
place.
do associate with the best kinds, don't you, Jasmine?
Don't be
best
picky.
kinds.
You don't have the luxury to be picky.
Mm.
All right. So as you're going through, there's one that kind of catches your eye, and you can see, actually in the window, Jasmine, you look over to see just like this very, I don't want to say like super old, but definitely, we'll call him a vet for ease.
They take
and
care of animals?
Yes.
he has kind of like this like scraggly beard that's like patchy in places. He's got bags under the eyes, and you can see he's just sitting there kind of resolute. He has like this old kind of rusted like vest on, and in the pockets you see he's got like a couple of daggers, and he's definitely got some protection on. He's not fully armored. It's like he just has like this one piece, and he's just sitting at the bar drinking. And as you look over, and for a brief second, as he looks over and you catch eyes, and it's like he tries to look back the other way, and then he slowly looks back with a smirk and kind of waits as you approach. And you go into this establishment called the Jinn, and she's got just like this little genie bottle on it, and you kind of go in, and it just reeks of like, it's like a super dive bar. Like, it just smells of like just vomit and like gross old sweat and like just booze. It's pretty strong.
Those of you with weak constitutions are free to wait outside. He's gonna kind of look at Prismius and Jasper.
Have smelled grocer, little sister. Come.
Prismius wrinkles their nose. Business must be done. And adjusts the wrap.
Smells like an already has.
So as you step in, there's a ching, 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 as the door kind of slaps shut. You can see your friend as he stands up and kind of he does a little like and like brushes himself off, and he begins walking over. Jasmine, nice to see you again. And he kind of gives you one of those like over the shoulder kind of like one arm like hug.
She's gonna return the hug, but at arm's length because he does smell like he's been drinking.
What can I do for you?
I hear that something interesting and shiny might be coming through here, and I wanted to know if you knew about that.
Shiny, you say?
Very shiny.
I don't know. And he kind of like puts his hands up.
She's going to take a couple pieces of gold out of her purse.
Remember now. Yes, this way. Chink chink with the coins in his hand, and as he gets to the bar, he grabs his cup and he throws all the coins you gave him under the table and nods at the barkeep, and he brings you over to like kind of a side table. There's only like 2 other people in the joint anyway, so you pretty much have the whole place to yourselves.
Awesome.
Good.
Doubt there is anyone in this barony that hasn't heard. It's very loud.
Most exciting thing to happen to this place since, well, Scarlet Sands.
Flatterer.
If nothing more. You need intel. Perhaps.
No, she's shiny, but is she strong?
The lady. No. She is pampered. And at that, he wipes his face, and you see his shoulders kind of square up, and he's like, you can see almost like as he's like sobering up as he's talking to you. And he straightens himself up, and he's like, yes, the lady. Yes, she is, she doesn't do much without her gods. She can't do much without her gods. Let's put it this way. From what I hear, she's, well, 3 or 4 times me. And she kind of like slaps his gut.
Yikes.
Ripe for the picking.
If that's your flavor.
Do you need a hand?
I always welcome a good sword hand.
Yeah.
If you can stand.
Oh, I can stand.
She's teasing him.
A bit wobbly, perhaps, but yes, I can stand. For a measly, I take what I want, and a clear conscience, a clear reputation.
You don't have a clear reputation to start with, but that's not my business.
Good point. Fuck it then.
About this taking what you want. And she kind of looks to her crew. You know, like a knowing look that there's something there that they want. She seems to carry a trinket and would like to put our target on that specifically. Lady, if you want her.
Wow. You are really something. You're going after the box.
Of course.
I was just a tad more sober, I would tell you to go fuck off, but I kind of want to see how this plays out.
Isn't that why I like you?
I don't know why you like me, but... well, it's nice to have friends. The plan. Do you have a plan?
We have something in the works, but we need to know what we're up against. How many guards does she keep?
From what I've heard, she's got a whole entourage. At least a couple of dozen guards. If not more. From what I've heard, she's at least 4 or 5 carts. She rides right in the middle of the 5 carts. You can easily
Of course she
tell.
does.
Well, you can see hers, of course. It's the most lavish. But she's taken some of her family as well. So perhaps we can use that as leverage.
Hostages are hostages, but that's a little loud for us. We're not 5 among us.
But besides
It's
that,
gonna kind of turn to our crew and sure. What do you think? Full on assault, or can we sneak in?
Massively outnumbered. No clear goals. Do you want to make it out of this alive?
I'm with that guy. As he kind of gives you like the finger guns.
Yes, I agree. We don't have the numbers for a full-on assault. And I don't think it's our strong suit anyway. We're not really well armed enough for that.
Caravan that size has servants, and no one remembers a servant's face.
Perhaps. Nobody except the other servants.
Can be bought or drug off.
Servants of a lady? I mean, we're not talking about street rats here, Jazz.
No riffraff. I don't buy
Buy
that.
that.
Oh, you see a poor boy, sorry. No, sorry. Sorry. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Riffraff, not buy.
Come on, you gotta have something better than this for me. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to pass this one up either, so if we don't butt our heads quick, opportunity is going to pass by us.
Almost literally. She should be here within the day, right?
Yeah, give or take.
And who will be welcoming the lady?
Shit town like this, probably no one. I'm probably a bunch of
Ooh.
peasants going out to beg for coin. I highly doubt the lady's staying. Probably just passing through.
At this, Jasper will perk up a bit. Maybe I could be her welcoming party.
We'd have to stop the caravan first.
Sweetheart, I can stop a caravan. See,
We simply need to give them a reason to stop.
I can do that too.
I mean, I think Jasper can pull off being just about anyone. And a distraction is really what we need. We need to get in there and see what we're dealing with. Get a look at what they even have.
Says she was a portly woman. Portly, Jesus Christ.
From what I've heard, yes.
Hmm.
She does have a thing for, and he kind of like jokingly traces his fingers on your chin. Younger men.
Oh,
So it might work.
everyone does, darling. Oh, yes, I can see this. I can stop the caravan. I can get her attention. From there, though, it's up to you. It's up to you guys.
I think we could flood the streets. It's not hugely busy here, but everyone out in the streets at once would at least stop the carts long enough for us to work.
If you can get me a few dancers, we can drum up a distraction. They don't need to be good, just smart enough to follow directions.
Loud looking too.
Yes, loud looking, yes. Can create a bit of our own welcoming party.
Prismius reaches into their travel bag and retrieves an plain unadorned, kind of dinged up wooden box. Opens it. And it's filled with shining jewelry. The tools of the trade?
Casper
Points at Nico. Don't get that look in your eye. It's not real.
Disappointing.
Shakes his head.
While we near some half-decent looking gentleman.
He looks around. Nico looks around. Might have to look somewhere else.
Leave that to me. Give me some young boys. I don't care if they're dirty, we'll clean them up later. Again, they just have to be able to follow orders.
These people see what they expect to see. As long as you give them a reason to believe it, they will.
What else?
Any bauble can be sold as a priceless treasure.
Well, get a few more of your baubles. Where do we get the clothes? And where do we get the boys?
Where do we get the boys?
This is,
Ain't no farm boys around here or something?
This is going to sound weird, but I think we can get boys from just about anywhere as long as they have a brain.
Okay.
Jasper's one, Garrett is one. Yeah. We only need like 4 or 5. We can get, I don't know, are there any teenage boys? It's not like they're going to do anything. We just need a distraction.
If we rouse enough families, bring some people out into the streets, treat it like a festival.
Yeah.
I've got a little extra gold. I can facilitate a little food and wine. These people will jump at anything.
Yes, they can celebrate their loss.
I'll be their welcoming party.
Okay. Sure. Great. Grand. Wonderful. So we get these teenage boys to dance around. Sure. Great. Grand. And what happens when they notice the box is missing?
Hopefully, we will be out of shooting distance.
Yes. What happens to everybody else? Not our problem.
True.
Unless we get out in one piece.
I commend you for that, but what about when Avi finds out? Good luck trying to get out of here, especially with that box.
You've seen Abby around.
No need
He's
to worry about him.
always around. surprised if he hasn't heard the same news you've heard. Whether or not he's stupid enough to act on it, well, it's Avi we're talking about.
He's stupid enough. But we need something to pin it on him.
Ah,
Yes, I haven't been around their work much. What's their MO?
Lawless. Take what you can get high off the power, and destroy what you can.
and
Thugs.
So-
Ground.
Maybe, we mess up the scene after we're done. Be a little bit more reckless when but carefully.
I'd love to cause an explosion. That would mess up the scene. That's
Whoa.
the alley.
Little too big there. Huh?
Yes, explosions are
Small one.
expensive.
True.
But,
how do we make a scene without drawing attention to ourselves?
I mean, hopefully by the
Make it-
time they discover the scene, we're out of there.
Who's gonna
I
do the
think.
actual? Who's gonna do the actual stealing of the box?
Probably me or Jasmine, or both. Same
Are we
time.
trying to get the lady off the litter, or are we robbing the litter itself?
Keeps the box with her at all times. Wherever she goes, the box will go.
So think if I can lure her into the room while I have her distracted. Do you think you can sneak in and get the box?
I've always been your shadow.
Okay. It's a fairly dangerous game, but I think if I can lure her into my rooms and do that, we can take the box that way. Does I don't know, does Ravi, is it Javi? Ravi? Avi?
Avi. AVI.
A-V-I. Ugh, Avi. Oh, does he have like a calling card or something?
Hey, they're a gang. Do they have like a mark or something?
Yeah.
Signature thing.
Yeah, some type of a bat signal, so to speak. You know, Blood's got a Sulu call, Crips got the C. I mean, what's
Yeah, it's a Superman symbol. No, Nico chimes up, and I'm surprised you don't know by now, considering how much turmoil they've put you through. But sure,
just answer the question, Nico?
fuck you too, kid.
Just answer the goddamn. What's in the box? Oh, wait, can I do that scene
They're
when we get ready to steal it? Just
notorious for looking like this kid here, and he points over to Garrett. You know, hooded when they can. They like to. These oiled black leather tunics look somewhat like a uniform. I know that much. As for a symbol, well, I'm sure you all know that Avi likes to carve a certain symbol into his victims. The 3 claw marks on the chest. I don't know how much. I don't know if.
That'd be perfect.
I mean,
Tear
I'm
from a
not,
signature tunic. Someone with claw marks in their chest. It'd be a done deal for any guards.
yeah, I'm not exactly going in there planning to kill anyone or hurt anyone, but
Yeah.
if the opportunity presents itself,
do we need to actually take the box?
He shrugs.
or could we just take what's inside?
Take what's inside, mark the box with Ravi's calling card, so to speak, and go on
You know
about
how big
our
it
way.
is? Have you seen it? And she's asking Nico.
He shakes his head. No. I've only heard stories.
Is it something
She
we could
keeps
put
it-
on a horse?
She keeps it by her
Know how
side.
big she is, but not how big our box is. Thanks. Oof.
Boo.
That didn't come out how I wanted it to. Sorry.
Boo.
That didn't come out
Appreciate
how
the
I wanted
spirit
to
of
at
the
all.
joke.
Oh, from what I hear, it's about the size of a small lockbox. And he kind of he gives you a rough estimate. It's a small chest about, and he holds up, roughly the size of maybe like a,
The bread.
fuck, I don't know, like a small beach ball or something roughly size. Of course, it's not like a sphere, but you know what I mean, like that.
It's
width,
feasibly
diameter.
something you could pick up one person and bolt.
Yeah, I'd say.
It just makes our life easier. Thing easily lost in chaos when you can't see.
Mhm.
All right,
Right.
we have a day. And what if things go south?
We run for the hills. Flourish my arms. No, that's what I'm gonna do.
Plan B always.
And B
Yeah,
is get out with our lives.
Kill
Yeah, I
people.
think at that point it's cut our
Murder
losses.
Every man
Mm.
for himself.
Free for all.
Oh. We'll protect each other, of course. And she kind of looks around the table at each person.
Of course.
I'd like
but,
not to lose any of my friends.
Just looking at this, it's funny of ways out, really. I mean, we can come from any direction, we can leave from any direction. Just gotta try and stick together.
I keep each other alive, at least.
Yes.
I'll probably have to hide my face for a while because she will know me.
Everybody knows you.
I'm probably gonna be ending up pulling Garrett, or wait, not Garrett. I'm
Right,
probably gonna end up pulling Jasper out on my back, but he'll be alive. Just
Or he
unconscious.
doesn't weigh that much.
Hopefully, it doesn't come to that.
It always does.
Well, lastly, we're dealing with Avi here. What if he shows up?
Wrong to say kill him, if you can.
Easier said than done.
True.
Guess it depends on what he's gonna do. Think Robbie would,
Nothing intelligent.
think he'd attack head on?
I don't know. It's Avi we're talking about here, but also, if he sees a commotion, and he sees some familiar faces,
True.
there's not
Yeah.
a whole lot of things that go on here that he doesn't know about. Hot-headed as he is, he's got a lot of people under him.
But he does make stupid mistakes. He might try to take this from us. Use that.
He's definitely gonna try to take this from us. The question
Absolutely
is,
gonna try and take this from us, if he knows.
how do we counterplan his counterplan?
His methods are not exactly intelligent. He uses force and he pushes his way through. Help take care of some of the guards.
Maybe.
Maybe we should tip him off.
Actually, that would make a hell of a distraction.
Let's set up our distraction, tip off Avi, get him to take the brunt of the guards, and then we'll work from behind.
It's actually very clever.
He kind of strokes his scruffy ass beard thing that he has.
If he wants to be a weapon,
If he wants to be a battering ram,
dog.
let's use him like one.
exactly.
Actually, that might be kind of perfect. Ravi attacks. I pretend to lead the lady away to safety. Get her to a place secluded. You, little sister, come in dressed as one of Ravi's maybe a henchman. Knock her out, steal the box, run away.
Perfect.
Knock us out. Don't really knock me out.
No, of
But knock
course
us
not.
His face is the moneymaker.
Jasper, you really need to get better at names. This man's been terrorizing you for months and you can't even remember his name. Avi.
Avi?
It's a satire. Is Will Philly calling him Robbie?
I like Robbie because I feel like I know I know this Robbie.
Because
I've read enough books.
Because you're robbing, so you're Robbie.
Ravi. Like I feel like we all know this Robbie. He's just kind of out of shape, greasy. Not as old as you would think, but I'm not gonna make up what he.
He looks awful.
Yeah, he's just a greasy, dirty, yet somehow immaculate type of creature. I don't fucking know. It's like a beholder. It's malevolent, but also
Jeez.
it's like it's kind of hot, but it also can kill you. You know what I mean?
Is the beholder hot?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always.
It's the desert.
Oh, big brother, the sun has gone to your head.
It's definitely the ice stocks. No, you never seen a beholder's mouth. It's like what that mouth do. Just saying. I had to reel this whole thing. I'm sorry. That was
Jasper's been drinking.
that was a tangent. It's been a long day. I apologize.
Gets flirty when he's drunk. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just a little bit. So that sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a good plan.
Who's going to tip off
Wasn't he?
Avi, not Robbie. Avi.
Nico rustles your hair. I got a kid. And he, ching, as he turns the glass over. You guys can stay here for the night.
I charge for ruffling my hair.
Give him a pass.
So I'm like straightening back out.
And with that, he kind of straightens himself up, throws a few more coins to the bartender, and he looks over to you, Prismius. And you. Find me something nice to wear. And a couple of jewels for me. Now I'm going in style. And with that, he kind of walks out the door.
Prismius' eyes follow him, looking up and down. And once he's out of sight, I begin tracing on the table, imagining measurements.
He's
Shit,
got hot.
Prismius can sew.
I'll say to Jasmine.
Sure.
Really?
Just saying. There's something about a man who knows what he wants.
Do have your flights of fancy. But
the
try
thing
not
is-
to seduce him.
Nope.
Liable.
No promises.
As
With him
usual.
smelling like that?
Makes it even better. See, does a little shoulder jig.
I don't even look up. Just not even dignifying.
If anything, we should probably get some rest. If we're bleary-eyed and confused when we try to do this, we're going to fuck up.
I work the best when I'm drunk. I wait till the barkeep for a drink.
I think that's the best idea.
Just one.
The barkeep's kind of hesitant at first. To
They're
serve
16.
To a kid. And then he's like,
I'm waving my hand furiously, jewelry just clink.
and
Come.
he's kind of like, oh, fuck it. And he comes over and
Thank you, darling. So I take a frothy sip of whatever he gave me. I don't know what did he bring us. Probably garbage.
Pretty much. He's it's like this kind of like shitty sour it's like watered down whiskey. It's
Ugh.
like
You ruined the whiskey.
Oof.
How dare you? Yep. Bottoms up.
it's like a little pungent and like yeah.
Whoa. Could bake bread with this. Sourdough.
I'm gonna get up and follow him back to the bar. And kind of lean over and quietly ask, is there a place we can stay tonight that's safe?
Like he's wiping a glass, the glass that Nico had. He picked it up. And he kind of issues you towards the back. You can see there's like a staircase that leads up.
Thank you. And she's gonna leave after rustling through her coin purse. There's not much left, but she's gonna leave a couple gold pieces on the counter. And very quietly, so no one overhears. Thanks for the one that looks like me. Just water.
Sees me over there, like looking at the cup after the drink. It's not bad, actually. Fucking hell. Looking like I want another one.
No, absolutely no.
All right.
Are we staying the evening, or do you guys want to do anything at night?
Is there? I don't know. Is what's his face going to get us boys? If not, I'll go searching for boys.
Careful.
In like wee hours of the morning. It's probably like
that's
3
the best.
o'clock in the morning ish.
We might only have a
Nice.
couple hours here.
From my experience, this is the best time. Just saying. That's just throwing that out there. Fucking hell. 3 in the morning. Some drunk farm boys. Hey, want to make a couple silver? Yeah, I'll fucking do it. Again, getting really off topic. Sorry.
I mean, it's true though.
Oh fucking yeah.
Let me ask, do you need anything before we tuck in for the night?
Pardon? You broke up a little.
Sorry. I was asking Prismius if he needed anything. You know, the air math on the tabletop. I want this to go off as smoothly as possible.
I always come prepared. Everything I need is in my case.
This is why I love you.
And there's a slight blush. Jasmine,
He's
Just-
already ready.
we just need everything to go smoothly.
We'll be fine, don't worry. We pulled bigger stunts. I mean, well, we haven't, but in the end.
Just
If this goes right, we'll have Avi off our back for ever.
that's what has me worried. Avi, regardless of what happens, just remember, this is business.
He's obvious.
Don't lose your head.
Of course.
All right, I have stitching to do.
Take your case upstairs. There's like a as the case kind of hits against the stairs going up, and yeah, the rest of you begin kind of packing up and getting ready for the coming hours at this point. So, after a full night, well, what rest you can get, the sun begins kind of shining through the shades, and you can see there's like, you know, when like dust illuminates and it's kind of almost blinding. It's kind of like that as a couple of you begin like groggily opening your eyes. You see Nico's kind of in the corner of the room. He's dozed off and he's just like covered in like just sweat and booze and like miscellaneous gross things. He appears to be like smooth shaven.
This is what's his face? That's
Nico.
What's the name again? Nico. That's right. Nico.
He shaved before he passed out?
Guess so. A cut on his face.
He uses a blade when he has to.
While he's unconscious. Wait, this is the morning.
It was like early the next morning.
Excellent. I'm holding a hastily crafted but surprisingly respectable dress shirt, and like holding it up to his unconscious body. Even just eyeing the measurements, it seems to be fitted like very properly.
It seems like it will fit. He has underneath the scruffy hair, he has like a very like defined chin line, and though it's ruined by some of like the bags under his eyes and the perhaps beginnings of the onset of crow's feet, he still looks like very handsome, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
While he's unconscious, yeah, like noting this, I reach out and I grab his face like by the jaw, like maneuver him, like bring him to a different angle to look at.
His lips kind of like pucker out and he's like drooling. He's like, as
To love a sound sleeper.
That's fine. Is Jasper here?
Well, I mean, as far as I know, yeah.
He's in
Jasper?
Scott, I hope.
Sure, yeah, Jasmine's there.
Jasper, do you have your tools? He could use some cleaning up.
Oh. Those type of tools. Sure. So I like start looking over.
Yeah, I assume you have like makeup that you are proficient with, because
I don't know.
Makeup as a proficiency.
escort. You're an escort.
He is an escort.
No,
And a very
a
popular
warrior.
one at that.
Yep. It's much dirtier. Let's see. I don't know. Do I just carry around a pouch of makeup? I assume I'm naturally good looking.
But it never hurts.
Make the choice.
You're an escort.
I'm sure you have some sort of tools of the trade. I'm sure you have some sort of like
Beauty enhancers.
like perfumes and things like that as well. Like,
While they talk makeup. We're on the second floor, right?
yes.
Jasmine is going to take the opportunity in the early morning light while these two get dressed. Women in their clothes. And see if she can see anything on the horizon, like an approaching caravan.
From here in town, not really. It's not like a Wild West where like the main road is all the way through and you can just see side to side. So you see a couple other
Okay.
buildings. It doesn't seem like anyone's really out and about yet, because this, you can tell it's fairly early in the morning at this point.
Right.
All right, so you guys, as you kind of clean up Nico a bit, and everybody comes to, gets ready, wakes up. Just, for lack of time, we're going to go ahead and do D20 rolls. So everybody's going to describe what they're doing in preparation for this event. Of course, if you need to take any other time, like if you're like, yeah, we still need to do more planning or something, go ahead, but...
You guys feel like we're pretty solid in the plan?
I mean,
Yeah.
as long as we think so. Wait, so
I feel like a decent amount of it is going to be improvisation.
Yeah.
The plan's not going to survive first confrontation.
oh, no plan ever does. It's always. So in this instance, just to be clear, we've lured Avi to attack the guards. Or we're gonna do the welcoming party first. Avi attacks the guards. I lead the lady away to a secure area. Or we're gonna scout that out first, by the way. At which Jasmine comes in dressed as one of Avi's men, knocks out the lady, and myself pretending to be knocked out. Steals what's in the box, leaves Avi's mark, and takes the stuff. I disappear while do I stay and lead her back to the guards when I wake her up?
I would definitely just clear out.
Just clear out. So don't stay. Just
Gonna punish
disappear.
anyone who's in that town when she wakes up.
Gotcha. So we're clearing out, and then we rendezvous back where?
We should probably rendezvous back at the brothel, don't you think?
So Nico's nicking the box?
Jazz.
No,
Okay.
I am.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Nico's kind of like our insurance in this fight.
And
Gotcha.
He's alerted Avi.
I essentially plan on sticking near Jasmine and being kind of a side hand, like doing things that she needs done, and also keeping an eye on her, protecting her, watching her back.
Thank you. Right.
All right. Just wanted to recap and make sure that was the plan.
In that respect, I'm definitely going to get ready and go scout this lady. Like, go look for a place that's going to be secure enough that we can control it. Guards or any of Avi's men hanging around.
I'm eagle-eyed. Would ya? That might be useful.
Hmm?
Assuming I've like I probably spent the night putting together some various clothings.
We do this in pairs?
Yeah, for the entourage, I made just sheer, basically just sheets, because they're supposed to be revealing status symbol. Sheet with hole cut for head.
For who?
You know?
The welcoming boys.
Oh, yeah, just like flowy,
Exactly.
like strips
So-
of.
Yeah, so those didn't really require work.
They just be like sashes.
Yeah.
Or
Pairing off sounds good.
I think Garrett and I should go scout out first while you guys are getting ready.
Okay,
Mhm.
so everybody go ahead and roll a d20. Say what you're doing.
Shit.
So,
Okay.
I'm going with Jasmine to scout, and kind of in the midst of this, I'm preparing my various equipment, like getting some weapons ready. I got a nasty cudgel, a couple of blades, just the whole 9 yards, bunch of weapons, maybe some light armor, and just helping her take a look around.
All right.
We see jack shit.
All right. Yeah, everybody. So go ahead. Prismius, roll your d20 as well. So.
Oh, yep.
And what are you doing, Jasper?
Jasper is. I'm gonna change my name while I'm doing this. So with this, Jasper is actually telling the boys what to do. Kickball change.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Pretty
you
much.
have to find.
Did we not find boys yet?
No.
I thought that's what Nico was doing. Then I'm gonna go
Nico
find
was-
boys.
Nico was trying to spread the word to Avi.
Gotcha. I'm going to go find boys then. I'm sure I probably work with some. He wants to make a couple copies. All you need to do is wear these, follow this choreography, keep your head low, follow my orders, and
Oh, it seems about. So you take a few hours around town, kind of like you find a couple of kids that are looking for a couple of silver that are willing to help you out. You take them back and kind of show them the ropes. Yeah, we're gonna do this, that, and the other thing. They seem kind of into it, especially because they're getting a couple silvers or whatever out of it, and you manage to acquire it, and by the end of it, they're kind of mediocre, you know what I mean, but kind of the best you can do short term,
Yeah.
Hopefully keep practicing, guys, and
I'm gonna give him like real simple choreography.
Yeah.
Throw this leaf, turn, dip, come back up, kick, flip.
Flip.
Yeah,
kick
flip.
flip. One of them goes to flip, breaks his neck.
Dead.
Yes.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how you drop.
So they're kind of back up, and you show them. And anyway, so you're kind of training them, and as that happens, Jasmine and Garrett kind of go out on the scene. Jasmine, actually, you bump as you come around the corner into a figure that kind of turns around. Familiar.
Ugh.
As you see a smirk come across the face of Avi, and in that second, for some reason I lost Garrett. Garrett, who's right behind you, kind of like pulls you back, and you begin like trekking like as you run away.
My best move. Or at least we know he's here.
Yeah, and he knows that we're here, which is a bit of a problem, but hopefully it does not distract him.
But we're essentially kids. There's nothing to fear from us. We're up jumps.
I suppose.
Himself.
Let's not go in that direction.
Plan.
So you're
Let's not go
running
in that
away.
direction.
As you're running away, you hear a voice call out, "We will talk later."
That's good for you. And I keep walking.
Don't respond.
And that's kind of the last thing you hear is his like chuckle as you like scatter off into the alley.
Thinks he's so fucking smart.
Prismius, what are you doing?
I was probably trying to get in touch with some of my trading contacts in this town. See if I can secure anything for the festivities, whether it be food and drink, whether it be music, some enough to get attention for Lady Neela to deem it worthy of stopping.
So as you attempt to go to your normal contacts, your normal stuff, you're kind of... you're second there, if you will. You kind of go to approach and you see the familiar figures with the darkened, oiled cloaks and kind of that hood masking some of their features. You have to back away on the few people that you do get in contact with. doesn't seem as though they have much to offer, as though they've either already been pilfered, or they're just kind of holding back, or just the deal is just not right. It's, it's just way too high. They're trying to bend you over a barrel.
No one bends me over a barrel unless I ask for it.
Kind of a little frustrated. You don't really make out with anything at this first, couple hour mark. As you're kind of like trying to secure some stuff, you're like, what am I gonna do? You hear as like the buzz begins to go through the town. Sightings of this caravan that's on its way, and you begin to hear like the whispers and the frantic kind of like people are hurrying up. You see like people that have stalls are like trying to push them out into the main aisle quickly and like set up, and like you see a dude over there, he's like trying to shine some of his apples and like small baubles that he has, and put them on display ahead of time.
Prince Ali.
Yeah, you don't see the caravan yet. When you're looking, it's just like it's kind of like a runner comes back, and it's kind of like announcing and essentially that they're going to be there shortly. As this slowly makes its way across the town, you all hear of this news. You don't have much time left to prepare. So everybody go ahead and roll another d20 and describe what you're going to do. Whether it's, the same, different, or,
Are we meeting up again? Or are we split for... I figured we were meeting up again, like, before this goes down.
Assume at some point, like, you guys had hours to plan, so whatever your plan is.
Okay, just making sure.
Well, so we'd meet up to let each other know, hey, this is going good, or now we need to do this.
For some of us, it is.
Well, don't worry. That's
all right. You guys too. Go ahead. You roll a d20.
who are we missing?
Garrett.
It's like in fucking Edmund's backstory. There's like
Alright.
so many natural 20s.
Oh no.
Wait,
1d2
wait.
negative.
Yeah, you got to roll again. That didn't count.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
No, that's a 24.
Yeah.
I think we're going to focus on securing a room where if we can coax Lady Neela out of her litter or caravan, whatever, we can find somewhere that we can control, no surprises, and a way out if we need it.
Okay. So, although you're kind of following her or whatever, what are you doing, Garrett?
Garrett is on the lookout for more surprises. Avi, any of his thugs, any guards, he's essentially keeping a lookout and apparently not doing a very good job of it. But he's making sure we don't run into anybody again. Literally.
At first, oh my god.
All right. So, Jasper, what are you doing?
Jasmine and Garrett, is it? They're off looking for a room, right?
You guys kind of like meet back when the commotion happens, and we'll say you kind of like give a check-in, like you let each other know some of the information, and you kind of like go your separate ways trying to scramble to get these last few details.
Gotcha. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sort of be securing the area and kind of setting up my guys where the caravan is going to enter. Just kind of want to make it, just kind of presentable. I want the fanfare to look like fanfare, even for a small crappy town where I'm sure they didn't expect anything. Just kind of make it more than what they were expecting, which they weren't expecting anything. So, hey,
Nouveau riche, so she's not prone to flattery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what.
As you do that, you're kind of like you kick the charm on as you begin rolling the boys out, and There's like this last couple where they're like stumbling over some moves. And you're like, oh, come on, this is simple. And after that brief moment of kind of like frustration passes, you calm down and you teach them, and it like begins to snap into place. And you're like, yes, 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 and you begin to like, all right, take your places. And in that moment, you see like a small crowd kind of like, whoa, like they see you guys all dressed up, and there's like somewhat of a crowd gathering, kind of awaiting this.
I know. That's what I want.
Hopefully,
More.
golden ticket to this very small town.
Yeah.
Okay,
Come on.
Prismius, what about yourself?
So Meta, is this the last of the prep roll?
This is the last prep roll, and then it's like as things are rolling through and describing like what you're doing.
All right. So I wanted to hand off to Jasmine the other thing that I was working on over the night, besides the clothing for Nico, and that box that I was handling that had all the fake jewelry in it. I had cleaned it up a little enough to pass cursory inspection, and so it would look like wrapped in silks designs and a small lock on it. And in case of emergency, it's a decoy.
Okay. So you do that, and
That's brilliant.
so as you kind of create this decoy, you're going to town. You kind of see this commotion as you see Jasper roll up with kind of these boys that he's gotten, and they're all wearing your garb and whatnot, and you're like, oh, sweet. And you can actually see as like these vendors are pulling closer to kind of make somewhat of a welcoming party. So it kind of takes care of itself, and like, you know, stands of various like refreshments of whatever it is these people can offer.
Oh yeah, and like I go up to one of the boys, and I adjust the flowing garment as it begins to slip off of one shoulder.
Take these precious few moments and you do last minute adjustments. Yeah, maybe add like a touch of makeup here and there, and like look them over and things like that, kind of in tandem with Jasper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you all kind of take some deep breaths as the caravan begins rolling into the town, and with that, Jasmine and Garrett, as you are, I can't remember, are you disguised, Jasmine, as like the dark tunic and whatever? I can't remember what your plan was.
I was going to wait until Lady Neela was off the... Cause, I mean, I've already gotten Avi's attention. I don't want him to see me running around in garb that looks like his. That'll tip him off.
Okay.
He gets off the caravan to change.
You're kind of scouting out, trying to find a good place. You do, actually. You find like a nice place where there's like a little bit of an overview. It's got like the good, like the eagle eye right position. It's like a third floor. And you're like, oh yeah. So as you go up and you're scouting out, a couple of men kind of come up behind you as the wood kind of creaks, and you look back and you see Avi and a couple of his men. This is a nice spot you have here.
Enough to watch a crowd.
Very good. And after that, you hear like as like a bunch of men kind of like run out from behind him, and they kind of like grab and secure you guys as you're like, you're trying to like fight them off. And it kind of pans out with him smirking. So, as the
Is Jasmine
caravan-
dead?
You're not
We
sure.
know for a fact she is not.
Die in the backstory. So no, she's not dead.
Right.
Okay. So as you kind of are essentially being captured in this moment by Avi and his men, you are essentially tied up, and he's using that spot to overlook everything that's going down. So everybody go ahead and roll a d20 and describe what you're doing.
So everybody, that includes the people who apparently like just got captured or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not bad.
That counts. We're gonna just go in the order that it was rolled. So
Crap.
Prismius.
It's good because I want to hear what Jasmine is doing.
Oh,
I can
all
base what I'm
right.
doing off of that.
Yeah, I know. So Prismius, the eagle eye, find an eye for finery and organization. So they were intent on making sure that everything was running smoothly. So keeping an eye on the servant boys, making sure that Jasper is following proper protocol as Lady Neela approaches, and make sure that he greets her properly and everything. Probably gave him like a few quick tips because this isn't the whorehouse. So checking on Garrett and Nico's positions, make sure they're good to go. And where's Jasmine? So, overseeing organization. I'm hoping I could see that Jasmine is not where she is supposed to be.
Right. Yeah, you look around. To be fair, though, they said they were looking for like a spot, like an overview. So, seeing them come back and let you guys know.
Okay, then
You know what
it's
I mean?
just
Like-
general. Then it's general overseeing and like being organization person.
Yeah.
Because that is what Prismius does.
10-4. So you kind of coach them,
Yeah.
And then kind of back off into the crowd as it kind of rolls into the town. For your next.
Remember what I taught you?
Yeah. Shut up. Alright. That's how I like clap to the boys to begin our pretty much begin their dance. They're gonna dance. I'm not. I guess I could dance too. Yeah, begin our dance.
Aren't you a noble?
Am I? No,
I thought this was supposed to be your
Yeah.
entourage, and then she would greet you as an equal.
Was
Oh.
Was
I
that the
thought
plan?
that was the plan, like that she
I
would
thought it
pay
was
attention to you.
thought it was definitely meeting her as an escort, but just as a high end escort.
No, if that's what you think, then that's
I was gonna
that's
say,
what
you-
Jasper would
Yeah.
think, right?
Yeah. It was in my
Oh.
my understanding that I was seducing her.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
then that's
seducing
what
her,
Jasper
but-
thinks.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like
Fine,
definitely.
that's
okay.
I'm not saying don't seduce. I'm not saying don't seduce. I thought it was gonna be not
Sounds like you're
greeting
saying don't
this
seduce,
noble.
I'm just saying.
So as they're trying
no,
to
that's
do their dance, you guys are like, no, not seduce, and they're like trying to whisper back at you, and then he's like, and he coughs, and they begin like, smile on and like performance faces. You see like
It's like,
these
shut up,
boys,
shut up, let me do this, shut up.
these boys that you threw a couple silver to, like they begin kind of like tripping over themselves a bit, like just like super nervous at this huge noble like entourage that's right there. So it's kind of like not off to a good start as you're like, come on guys, like you can do this. And you can see like you're not making contact with the lady yet, It's kind of like the guards kind of like they come up at first as you begin doing their thing, and then they back off, realizing it's like a welcoming party, and they're like, okay. And you see like this kind of like more proper gentleman like comes out, just kind of like inspecting. You haven't even seen the lady kind of look out yet, but he's kind of, you see he's like looking over, kind of like meh, like eyeballing you somewhat disapprovingly. He looks like a real kind of a dink, to be honest.
Avoid.
Killer of fun.
Yeah, kind of. And
Probably
he's
like her honor guard or something.
and you see kind of at the last second of, we'll say, whatever this roll is, he watches for a minute, and then he kind of you can see he like does like a motion with his hand, like he's like had enough, and he begins walking back to the ladies' coach. Right, Jasmine, what are you doing?
Well, now that I can kind of see from our third story perch the shapes of the caravan passing, I know that Avi is not going to be paying any attention to me because he's not smart enough to do that. So I'm going to get the hell out of these binds. Exit very quietly. Either he's going to realize I'm gone and chase me, and that will cause a ruckus, or he won't realize I'm gone, and that just gives me the upper hand.
Yeah, so as you slowly cut out, you can see like the reflections of baubles and whatnot like shining off the other way, and you're like, oh, the caravan must be coming through. You can see a couple of the men kind of pressing against the window, and in that moment you take that and you slip the grip. You look over to Garrett real quick, and you begin dashing down the stairs as Avi and some of the men, they begin charging down the stairs for like a brief second. He's like, stop, no, damn it. And he kind of like, and he like turns back and he glares at you, Garrett, and then, that bitch, let her go. Can't have her fuck this up.
Oh, jeez.
And as you kind of like the heart's beating out of your chest as you like poof, you open up the door, you're out in like the side alley, and you begin like running in, and you blend into the crowd, kind of like.
Can I see my people?
Just go ahead and roll another d20 to see if like perception kind of. So you kind of look over the way.
So I can make like a check, be like, hey, I'm here, don't worry about it.
Well, you kind of come in right at the. Like, you're on the other side of the sea. If you can imagine, like, the river is the middle, you're on the opposite bank, right? The side of the street. You make eye contact with them, but there's, like, you know, people are, like, cheering and, like, you know, this welcoming attitude. And you can see, like, the back of your brother and these boys that he's trained. And it doesn't seem like their performance is working very well right now. You kind of get in, like, right as you see this, like, really stuck-up gentleman just turned around and he's walking back towards one of the coaches. But we'll say for you know, storytelling and all that, you happen to like be looking around and you lock eyes with Prismius, and kind of give each other a nod. And in that moment, what are you doing, Garrett?
So I'm assuming that I was also tied up, just like Jasmine.
Yes, yeah, you were both tied up. As
to not complicate the plans any further, and also just looking for an opening, I start a conversation. Is the person in front of me, is it Avi or is it somebody, is it like a rando?
Avi's there, and he's looking out the window, and then all this stuff kind of happens where she escapes, and then he's like, damn it, and he seems like he's kind of pissed, and he's going to walk towards the window if you wanted to grab him.
I just kind of look up at him, and I just go, so, good day we're having, right? Yeah. Nice weather and all.
He just kind of glares at you.
Not in the mood for talking? Neither am I. And I basically try to break out of the binds and run the opposite direction that Jasmine went in. I don't know if I can break out of the binds with my roll, but if I can.
So you do manage to slip the binds, but this kind of already been alerted. You get like
Yeah.
5 feet before you get tackled to the ground and held down, and one of them yells out, "You want me to kill him, boss?" And
That sounds like a terrible idea.
looks over. He's kind of got a blade to your neck, and Ivy's like,
I mean, seriously, what trouble could I cause you?
"Could cause me a lot of trouble, kid." But he looks over to his men. "Don't want any blood. Not right here. Not now. Gag him. Tie him up again. And I want 3 men on him." And as you're like, that's a great. As you are getting dragged kind of like to the corner and just tied up to be like away from pretty much him having to look at you. And you see as he just shakes his head, he's doing that thing where like, you know, he pinches the bridge of his nose, like he's like,
I'm okay with this. At least I'm out of the way and not causing trouble. For the plan.
Alright, so as the entourage begins to push its way further into the town, the dancers are trying to like keep up and like move back ever so slightly, and again, not off to a very good start. Go ahead and everybody roll another d20.
Whoa! Wow.
Rick, I'm gonna own you. Is that cool?
What?
I will own you.
Wanna rethink that word, bud?
I will not.
Alright. Just
If you were gonna be an escort, I was gonna have to be your pimp.
Alright, so we're gonna
Someone's
go,
gotta sell you to the.
just throwing that out there.
we're gonna go in that same order that it's rolled. So last 4, so we're gonna start back right where we kind of ended it. Garrett.
So, like, having the rough idea that the entourage is probably arriving by now, does Garrett's group of thugs seem to be, like, dispersing or moving or trying to do anything, or are they basically just around?
It depends what you're trying to do. I mean, we could say like it's mid, like if you're like, I want to like punch him in the face and jump out the window, or like I wanted like do the,
Yeah,
you know what I
like,
mean. Depending on what you're
if-
doing, we can narrate it like, oh, like as they're tying you up, you take like a brief moment and try and do it, or you know.
I'll wait for like a second, like maybe a couple minutes, and when I feel like they're apprehensive, like they're about to go out and do something, when they're distracted and planning something, then I'll essentially try my best to break out. This time going on the offensive, essentially break out of the binds, hit the closest person, find the nearest entrance, and just slip out as best I can, and disperse into the nearest crowd.
Okay. So yeah, at this point, the roar of the crowd is picking up a little bit. You can see there's like various, or you can hear various chants for like apples and masks and like any little baubles and trinkets, as well as cheers for these dancers. And you see there's like one brief second where there is kind of like a window behind you. As you begin kind of slipping out of your binds, you see one of the guards kind of looking over. As you slip out, he looks back just in time to get punched in the face as he kind of reels back. And in that moment, the window is open, and you dive through the window, kind of like almost surfing on a couple of shingles, and then like running down and jumping down into the alleyway. You see, as you look back, just the figure of this guy you punch in the face, just blood like rushing down his like lips and chin. It's like, and he kind of like goes back into the window.
Good day. And I just start running.
And that's all. That is all you see of that. So as you begin like making your way, towards the rest of your companions. So, Jasmine, what are you doing?
Seeing that the dancers are not quite doing what they need to do and the caravan isn't quite stopping, try and get close enough to a guard and warn him. Maybe the rush of warn him that there's like thieves in the upper buildings and they've surrounded the place, and hopefully the chaos will scatter the crowd and that will stop the caravan cold.
Just based off of the 9, so you go to like one of the guards, and he kind of like, he's like shooing you away, like, get off, kid, and like kicks you to the side, and you try again. You get a hold of another guard who seems slightly more attentive as you tell him, and you point. As you point, you see like some of Avi's men kind of like duck out of the way. So he doesn't see their faces, but he's like looking, and he begins spreading the word. So they're like no immediate. It's not like they begin charging the building or anything, but it begins circulating through as you kind of step back into the crowd.
It primes for the attack, at least.
Yeah, Jasper, what are you doing?
Well, seeing my boys stumble a bit, I snap them back to attention. Hey, get it together, and try to get the fanfare back on track. And the emissary already left, right?
Yeah, he got back in the coach, but
Mm-hmm.
as you're like, telling them to get it together, they follow your lead with like you kind of in the middle, just using your overwhelming kind of charisma as you begin doing like this very simple but like elegant dance. The caravan doesn't stop because they've started going now, but you make your way kind of around the side to the coach where the lady stays. And you see at first the same face of that gentleman, and then right next to her you see this larger woman whose hair is like pulled up in this like very tight kind of bun with like this very just completely ornate, like super lavish. She has like over the top makeup. She has kind of like a like golden like cuff around her bun. She has like just these super gaudy earrings that have like these huge like suns in them, like the like religious symbols. And as she looks over to you, you can see like your eyes lock for a second.
Yeah,
and
like
she kind of like at first it's just a glance, and then she does like a double take, and she kind of leans forward in her seat.
Hello, nurse.
Finally.
Yeah, and in that moment, we'll just stop for a second as like you guys go back and forth. If you have like an additional thing you're describing. So now that you guys have locked eyes, and she seems to be picking up what you're putting down, if you will.
Jesus. All right. Oh, did I need to do some additional? Was that it?
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying if you had an opportunity, like if there was something specific you wanted to do now that you had her attention.
I'm looking at you.
If not, I can
Game
just
on.
write something.
Nah, definitely gonna be like blatantly like, let's do this. Like, dance a little provocative, open my shirt up a little bit, run the finger down my bare chest.
Maybe try and coax her out to dance with you.
I'm like,
Yikes.
With that
wave my
so as you begin to elevate, like kind of escalate the situation, you can see her cheeks get a little flushed. She has like one of those like really like fancy fans, right? And she's like fanning herself, and then she kind of whispers. She whispers something in the ear of her manservant, who kind of nods and then yells, "Halt!" And then he like gets out of the coach as she's just kind of watching you. Like the door is open in the coach and she's just watching you. So now the caravan stops as you now have her full attention.
All right. I'm going to end with having her full attention.
Okay.
With my
So-
full attention. Sorry.
You all notice, of course, as the order to halt is issued, you see like the cheers are starting to grow louder as these dancers are kind of getting it together, right? They're becoming more of a unit, and with Jasper in the lead, kind of, getting her attention. Simple enough. So, Prismius.
Jasmine. Jasmine was like panicking or like trying to send a panic into the guards.
Yeah, you just saw her run over to the guards. You saw her kind of pointing towards a building, so you can kind of like follow with your eyes that you didn't really see anything. You couldn't really quite understand what she was saying, and then in that brief moment, you're like, oh, what is she doing? And then you hear like these cheers, and as the dancers are getting the attention of the lady, and the caravan halts, and then.
All right. So it looks like Jasper did his job, but Jasmine is not supposed to be like over here making herself seen, right? Like as far as I'm aware with the plan, this is not the plan.
Not the plan, because Avi fucking dropped me.
Yeah, so I'm going to go over, gonna try to work my way towards Jasmine because Jasper has his situation handled, and see if I could kind of pull Jasmine out, reset the situation, so she can find the opening, not in front of the guards.
I love how we all have our individual roles, and then Prismius' role is just to be there and judge us.
My job is organizer.
Yeah,
I'm a manager. Thank you very much.
It's like, oh, you're doing this wrong. Just stop doing that wrong. I love it.
Basically, no. So like, I'm trying to like interpose myself to give Jasmine a chance to slip away, because I don't have an active role.
Yeah.
My role is I'm a troubleshooter. I'm crisis management.
And this is a crisis because
so
the bad guy showed up.
Yeah, so I have to like get things back on track as best I can. So interpose myself and see if I could pull Jasmine away, reevaluate the situation.
Yeah. So that's fair enough. She is across the stream of people, if you will. So you have to like make a mad dash like across the street, and then you kind of like take her and pull her back into the crowd, and then you're like, "What are you doing?" And then you know what I mean, and begin setting the wheels back in motion.
Yeah, we just need a reset.
Can I tell him really quickly about like what's happened?
Yeah, so you kind of let him know.
What's going on? You're not supposed to be seen.
He's upstairs. He dropped me.
Garrett?
And I haven't seen him. I got away. I didn't know if Garrett did.
The plan goes on. We go on as planned.
Of course the plan goes on.
Garrett.
He's watching. Avi's got...
Garrett can...
I'm gonna point to where
don't look up.
Yeah. Deliberately motion towards where I was hiding out before, but I'm not gonna like go and point because that's obvious as shit.
So he's making a move?
Not that I can tell.
It's Avi. He can't resist.
Especially now that we can see her, and I'm kind of like Jasper because he's up to his shit again.
Come, the best thing we could do is clear a path for him.
Of course.
If he sees an opportunity, he's not gonna guess. He won't second guess it. He's not that.
Plan goes forward. Just be careful. Watch everyone.
You could speak for yourself, little miss.
I give him the finger.
Don't get nicked. And it's nothing personal, remember.
It's business.
And good girl. And I'm gonna slip away. Try to, as I believe our new goal is lure Avi into an opening, which is probably next round.
Now that Lady Neela is openly in view.
Yeah. Okay. So, roll again and describe what you're doing as the caravan is now at a halt.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Oh god, that's not the button. What the?
Finally.
What is this doing? Cover for me.
You first.
Alright, so after getting away mostly unharmed, although I probably have more bruises than I came here with, possibly a little bit of leg pain from jumping out of the building, but I'm now at this point gonna continue with the mission. I need to find Jasmine, because I need to back her up. So I'm going to where the plan is going off, and I'm looking for Jasmine. Trying to keep a low profile. I don't feel like running into anybody who I recognize that I'm not looking for, but trying to find Jasmine.
Okay. 10-4. So as you begin running into the crowd, kind of looking, you're like, oh, where is she? Jasmine, what are you doing?
Interesting.
Indeed. I love it.
What?
Nothing. She's not there. Very clever plan, Jasmine.
Jasmine,
You're muted.
You are
not know.
muted.
Sorry, I was doing something.
Were you busy looking at that video?
We're
I
doing
was a little distracted by the video, but hold on. So I'm going to use my cover in the crowd. Slip back into position. I was derailed from Avi, and I need to move forward as we discussed. So I'm gonna try and make any connections with my people that I can, and get into position to, change clothes and move the plan forward.
Just change clothes and move the plan forward.
Change clothes, make hopefully a visual contact with everybody to know that we're back on track and everyone can chill out.
Okay, with that paired with 10, like you guys get back together, everybody's in position, like you're changed, like you have an at 20, so it's like all your dreams come true, and
Obviously.
Garrett just kind of approaches you out of nowhere and it's like, oh, hi.
I'm so sorry.
I had to punch someone, but and I might have sprained my ankle, but I'm out, so let's keep going.
Alright, Prismius.
I'm gonna look him over to make sure he's not stabbed or anything.
Probably nothing beyond bruises.
Looks like he's pretty much intact.
Hope you hit him hard.
He was bleeding, so I think so.
Enough for me.
Prismius.
Gosh. I need to... The goal was to give Avi an opening. So, I guess I'm trying to give him an opening. And the easiest way I see that... I don't want to do it because I rolled an 8.
Where are you going with
Can
this,
Jasmine help me?
What it is?
Yeah, Jasmine's the main thief, right? She's the one with the slick fingers. So yeah, Jasmine, it's time. We're gonna give him an opening.
Okay.
So let's stir up some trouble. Go do what you do best. and I point at her subtly to a there's like festivities going, right? Because
There's
there's a
various-
welcoming party.
Yeah, there's like various stalls and whatnot that have set up in line.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, so I assume that there's by now, and by now I mean immediately, because it's a shithole and everyone needs an excuse to party.
Yeah.
So someone large and burly that seems to have had a couple drinks in them.
Yeah, sure.
Pick a pocket and
Mhm.
and pin it.
That's great.
You find Artur, and you steal his
Oh
stuff.
god.
He might be on the continent by this point. He's been here for a couple of years.
Does he have a wallet to
Oh.
pick?
Probably.
Since I got the nat 20, can I do that as I slip through the crowd? Like start a subtle fight?
Yeah. That's the goal.
Clothing, anyway.
You
That might tip off some of the people and they'll blunder forward.
yeah, you blatantly pick someone's pocket and then like definitely put it into somebody else's in a fashion that nobody kind of sees it was you, and you see as this one oaf kind of like, oi, and kind of like shoves this dude, and then they begin kind of going at it.
Did you hear what that guy said about your mama?
Right, you're egging it on. You're
With fat and ugly.
Yeah, you guys are kind of egging it on until it becomes kind of like, like he's drunk, so the one kind of ducks under and he punches a third guy, and that third guy, like, you know what I mean, like, tavern brawl style, like, it just picks up to the point where there's eventually like half a dozen people fighting, and some of the guards on one side of the caravan begin like going over to break up this fight.
Nice.
Exactly. And there's an opening. And while this is
I
happening,
love it.
where's our mole?
Nico?
No, Jasper.
He's doing
Oh.
his thing.
Get in there.
Yeah, Rick.
Protect your lady love.
Literally, get in there.
Get in there.
Yeah, so as this commotion begins to appear, she begins to take her eyes off of you, Jasper. She's like in the motion of taking her eyes off of you for this distraction that's happening on the other side of the street. What are you doing?
Come, let us retire. Let us retire away from this rabble.
Oh, that is the best idea I've ever heard, Jasper. I love it. It succeeds.
He's muted. Rick, you're muted.
Oh shit! I didn't realize it because I was saying not only that. I was getting a
Siblings,
little-
dude. I wasn't doing the same thing.
I'm like, is this fucker talking over me? Shut up, Jared.
I always talk over
but-
you.
But I was like, is he talking over me? How dare you?
Just like this.
I just didn't know that I wasn't talking. Which yeah, Ashley's turning away. Seems they're getting a little rowdy. Why don't we go to a much safer, sweeter spot to try to catch her attention back? That riffraff will die down on its own. I'm sure your guards can handle it, can't they?
Ooh. Insult her abilities too. That's great.
Hey,
She-
it's called negging.
with that, she kind of like, she stiffens up and she's like, well, my gods have it under control. Yes, okay. And she, like, her cheeks are really flush at
I
this
like
point,
hope.
and she's kind of like,
I hold my hand out.
She's like
Yes.
obsessively like licking her lips, kind of, as she's like she's got like really chapped lips almost. She doesn't, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like she's like
I know what you're trying to say.
she like can't catch her
Like,
breath, and she's
I like hold my hand out to help her down, as if essentially I'm insisting that you get down. Come
and
with me.
she looks over and very well. And she, like, as you help her down out of the caravan, and like just these cheers erupt, and she's kind of like waving to everybody, and
Bust down,
a couple
Tatiana.
of-
Bust down.
a couple of guards kind of flank to her side. Okay,
Come along,
let us
and
go.
I'll begin to lead her to the destination of whatever room we chose beforehand.
Safe spot.
To the safe house we go.
So as you do that, the boys are kind of like still dancing, and she looks back and they not coming as well.
Oh, don't worry, doll. I'll be cleaning that for you.
Yo, she's got a thirst.
Yeah, you almost have to like pry your attention away and then
Like give her
kind
a
of
little
lock eyes
wipe
with her.
on chin.
Yeah, you give her a little bit of the heat, and she
Come hit her, look.
yeah
Yeah.
and
Come on, Nash. Yeah, I'm all you need.
very well. We will see. And as you bring her to the chosen destination.
I don't know if I can make eye contact with Jasmine beforehand. Like, just if I can pick her out in the crowd. Don't know if I can, but
I think I'm already in hiding. Like, I'm in position. I'm waiting.
Your position, you're ready to go. Well, I don't know that, but I just kind of look back like, all right, hopefully this works. And then, yeah, to the promised land.
And with that, she kind of like
The promised land.
gives a whisper to one of the guards, who runs over, whispers to another guard, then the guard comes back, and you guys can see as they begin like flaunting the wealth. Like you can see like the servants coming out, and they're like serving some refreshments. They break open like a nice keg of wine. And,
She's
like,
doing it for us.
kind of, yeah, essentially kind of
She's Mansa Musa.
Did
Yeah.
she take the chest?
she is also showing her gratuity, if you will.
Did she?
Honest question. Rick's question: Does she have the chest with her?
Oh no, she does not have the chest like on her person. No.
This might be even easier than we thought.
But you do, so those that are left behind notice that like a couple guards kind of, her coach in particular is like the most heavily guarded.
Attack the fucking guards already. Come on, Abby.
Probably like half a dozen guards, 6 to 8 guards just on her caravan, and then the rest are like strewn throughout the various other carts.
Thought she always took us with her.
She did, until something distracted her.
Oh wait, what's me?
All right, so
Hey,
let's all.
Don't forget your box, lady.
Oh, thank you very much. And she goes and picks up her box. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and roll a d20 and explain how things are going. And the question is, are you having sexy time or are you not having sexy time with this lovely woman?
If it comes down to me needing to distract, I'm gonna do it. I don't care. I don't discriminate. This is part of the plan.
That's true,
It's
Bert.
literally in your job description.
Yeah, done worse to girls or people.
Fair enough.
That's
I mean, at
let's
least
be honest.
she's a lady.
yeah. I mean, she's a lady. She's a little plump. That's all. little plump there.
Depending on
Well,
society's
nice
standards,
time.
that could be a sign of beauty.
A little bit more cushion for the pushing. That's it. Just a little.
I mean, in a place like this, being fat would be a good thing.
little
She's
bit
got
of,
the food.
sorry.
Yeah, she's probably
Yeah,
like,
definitely a sign of like wealth.
yeah, she's a solid like, she's a solid like 360. Like, this woman is built. She's probably like 5'9".
Is she like what's his name? I don't know if anybody's ever read the Baki series.
No.
Oh, never mind.
Quiet weeb.
It's a good reference to. Never mind. Mr. Olivier's woman. Nah, fuck it.
Nope.
Look at
I
it.
Anyway.
Bold the Swift.
It's a good reference. You'll see.
She's not bad in the face because she's like so adorned, you know, and like she definitely takes care of herself in that way. But like, you know, you can like it's a even with all the luxuries, it's, you know, a pretty hot climate, you know.
Hey, I bust down a big chick. I don't care.
So,
But
That's my boy.
just
all right.
saying. But it's essentially going to be mostly a lot of, originally, just to kind of stall, it's a lot of foreplay-ish.
Okay.
A lot
Go
of
ahead.
dancing around, a lot of massaging.
Hey,
And
you know what? He said he's willing to do it.
Do it. All right, everybody, do your rolls. I hope it's a nat 20. All nat 20s.
Just roll for.
Or
God.
a natural one. That would also be really interesting. See how that plays out.
Also, how is Avi reacting? Is he taking the shot?
We haven't heard from him.
What are you doing?
I'm not Avi.
You're not Avi.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Also,
Boo.
I'm not rolling first for a reason. Somebody roll, please.
I'm definitely not rolling fucking first.
I have no one to criticize. Bingo.
Sure. Not rolling after that.
I did it. It was awful.
Rigged.
No way it's going to be a good roll.
TPK.
That's
Well,
all.
someone
That's
got
all.
above the
Backstory.
50% mark. We're all
That's
dead.
above the 10.
It's been fun, guys.
Hey, I rolled above
Oh,
it.
actually, you know, this might not be bad. It's that could be his shot, though.
It could be.
This is true.
Attack.
All
That
right.
could be what the fucking consequences of our shit rolls.
So, and
We don't know.
Let's see.
Hopefully,
So-
hopefully, I'm.
So, describe what you're doing. Saying too much because you obviously know that you got rolls.
Okay. Well, I am currently just observing, waiting for the mark to get to, and I see my brother, and I see this impressive woman waiting till they go in the room, because that was the plan, and trying to keep a lookout, make sure no one is sneaking up on us.
Bust down, Tatiana, bust down.
It's you notice a big crowd of people.
Thank you.
You don't see any suspicious figures.
Everything's a bit too rowdy.
Yeah, it's starting to get pretty rowdy at this point.
Right.
Getting that little rat in here.
Are you all ready for this?
I'm not.
What about you, Prismius? What are you up to?
I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing. No, like actually, like the goal was like get
They're out of the cart.
we got Jasper in.
Heh.
We're causing a distraction. We're trying to entice Avi. Like,
Get the box.
I mean, what would Prismius do? Would he make a move, or would he hold fast and...
Wait.
I was gonna say Prismius is like more on the careful side, but it looks like things are kind of just like going properly. Can I hold?
Yeah, I mean that's a motion. It's not doing anything.
It feels like a cop out though.
I mean,
A drink, chill out, relax.
You don't do anything. That's fine.
or you can say you're like keeping a lookout or something.
Snag a
I
cup of the
mean-
good wine and sit back for a second.
Does Jasmine actually like suggest that?
Hey, you know what? Fine.
Prismeus
Yeah, I
is
was saying
relaxing.
Prismeus is like
Just locate the manager.
I'm standing, looking around anxiously, like shuffling,
Point to the-
shuffling feet.
Point to the wine.
I use my reaction to relax.
I roll my eyes, and I go
I can
get a
tell he's
cup.
getting tense.
Yeah, I roll my eyes, get a cup, and I make a big show of taking a sip.
That was for the good girl earlier. Fucker.
I assumed that I was like a sort of like parental style for Jasmine and Jasper.
We'll see.
Did you?
Maybe.
That's what I assumed, actually.
It's fine.
Because, like, well, you know what happens when you assume.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I don't. And yet, you're pretty confidently asserting that I do know.
Yeah.
And he can if he wants.
Yeah,
We're kind of like a pseudo
I'm
family.
just waiting for, because Avi should be making a move soon.
Their shit goes down or it
And-
doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Wait.
What a cop out.
I mean, we're basically waiting out this round because we rolled shit. Is basically what's happening.
We rolled like shit, so we're just gonna do nothing.
Yeah, and I'm
There's
just
there's no failing if you
That's-
don't do anything.
That's why I didn't. That's why I'm saying it feels like a cop out, but like I don't know what to do.
I mean, I'm at
I
least
mean,
gonna try and.
It's either wait it out or you could take an action and fail horrifically.
Yeah. So.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, Garrett?
Okay. So
You
I'm
doing,
gonna
Garrett?
I'm gonna be trying to be creative with this. Essentially, kind of we're opposites. Jasmine and I are opposites. We're a team, and we kind of go in together, but we try to cover each other's bases. So while she's keeping an eye on the environment and trying to make sure that things are going to plan, I'm putting my eyes on the prize for right now. I'm keeping track of those carts. I'm
The
trying
boy.
to get an idea of what's going on in there. How many guards do they have? Where are things located? I'm not getting too close, but I'm keeping an eye, and I'm trying to gain as much information as I can about what we're getting our hands on without actually going in. I'm essentially just taking a closer look at the carts, taking a closer look at the guards, and
See the box. What's in the box?
I don't think I can see the box, but I can see the carts at the very least. Try to get some
You can see
information
the-
on that.
Coach, and you're trying to like scout out the coach. See like, oh, is there any like weak spot? Is there any like? It's pretty heavily guarded, like well more so than the other ones.
No trapdoors.
You can see.
Damn it.
Assuming that, Avi is going to run into here guns blazing and do a full-scale assault, how equipped do the guards look to react to that kind of thing?
Are they equipped? Are they ornamental?
They're pretty equipped. These
So
guards
do
are
they-
pretty well equipped.
Do I think they're equipped enough to take on a force like Avi's, or will it be kind of an equal odds kind of thing? Like, it might be a stalemate for a little while, or does it like it's going to be a slaughter any one way? Any way in particular? That's English.
Avi definitely has numbers on this guy, but it depends. Like you're not sure like how much of Avi's men are right here. Like it's not
Yeah.
it's not like a herd that travels together. Like he has people all over the place.
Obviously, it's people crawling around the fucking buildings.
So you're not sure. Are they outnumbering these guards 3-1, 4-1? So even if they're not like as well equipped as these guards, like you're not quite sure.
Yeah.
Like if Avi had his full force, he could definitely take on this caravan for sure.
At least with what he has now, he's going to be a pretty decent distraction. What I think he has now, at least. What I've seen. So
You've seen about 24 people, including him, in that building you were in.
not bad.
That's
so I'm going to be
how
basically...
many people you saw.
Yeah. At the end of my round, I basically go and I feed this information to Jasmine. And perhaps Prismius if he's nearby. But I'm not going out of my way to talk to anyone else.
Okay.
Telling them what I see, what I think.
So Jasper, as you kind of lead Lady Neela away, you begin, getting out the oils. You begin tantalizing this tender piece of flesh.
Jesus.
And
Yikes.
as
Big graphic line on it.
Love it.
steaming up, and it gets to the point where you're doing all these things, you're massaging her, you're taking care of her, and
Your constitution check.
she grabs you by the shoulders and rolls on top of you and pins you down. No more of this teasing. I'm ready. I hope you are. And she begins to become a little more aggressive.
Punch her in the face. No, I'm not gonna.
Stavern!
I'll show you rough. No, is it? This is not going to be my performance role, is it? Better than what?
So this is like, we'll say this is leading up to it, and then like this. So this last, we'll probably do maybe like 2 more rolls, but like this next roll that like is your performance roll for everything. How much time of a distraction do you provide? How much?
It's his job.
Satisfaction.
It is his job. I think we can assume.
Wait, he's proficient. It's his job.
Get it out, Dylan. Get it out. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So yeah, everybody roll a d20. So you guys are looking around. So this is the next round. The party's in full swing here. You don't see any of Avi's men. Actually, it's almost eerie that you don't see any of them. Like before, you saw quite a few of them like crawling the streets and stuff. Like you don't see any of them right now.
I rocked her like a bang bed in the 8th grade. No?
I'm just gonna say, like, if nothing's changing, I'm just gonna say I continue standing there and watching and making sure everything's working. You know?
Where's Avi?
Right, yeah. As it seems like everything's going to plan in this room, you step not really far away, but I'm gonna try and get eyes on some of Avi's men because the silence is freaking me out.
Okay. We'll say you see one. So you're looking around, you don't see any, and then you just happen to see a black tunic as it kind of like goes like into an alleyway. But like this angle, like you can't see past that. You just see that it like ducks into an alleyway.
That's disconcerting.
If you want, I can hunt one down, see
Christmas
if I
tree.
can see if I can get an idea of what they're planning.
I can't move too far because I'm in a disguise. So, if you could get a little closer, see, he's up to something.
And it would be good if we knew what. Only thing is, if I go asking questions, I don't want them telling Alvi I asked.
Sure. Does the alley have another side?
Hmm?
The alley have another side.
I guess the alley that the person went into does have another side.
Yeah. Can we see it from here at least?
No, I mean,
Wait,
the
party's in full swing, right?
Yeah, the party's in full swing. I'm just saying, you see him duck by an alley. You don't know what the alley looks like unless you go in the alley. That's what I'm saying.
You know what you should do? I'm going to tell Garrett. Use one of the stalls. Get higher. You don't want them ambushing us again, especially you.
Okay, not a bad idea. And I'm going to climb a little bit, get a bit of a vantage point, and I'm going to see where this guy is going. Either getting onto a stall or a building.
Okay.
And I'm basically tailing this guy, trying to see where he goes, and hopefully not breaking my legs.
Okay.
By 8.
Both of them.
Miss, you're skipping again?
If we don't have any new information, I don't have anything to do. Like, it doesn't matter what I roll.
Route the car.
I mean, did you see Garrett move? Could back him up if you wanted to.
I'm a supervisor. I would just say, go report back.
I mean, you're also a talker. You could go into the crowd, start conversations.
Oh, I thought you meant you wanted to take me with you.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Well, I mean, I think Jasmine tried to suggest that, but I'm saying that you could work the crowds. You could go in, talk to people, get people riled up.
Maybe try to get the guards away from their post.
Yes, and you could start more little riots.
The mistress is away. Have a glass of wine. Enjoy the party. You've been walking forever.
Push the riders into the guards.
I'm just saying, you can really fuck shit up here just with your voice. You're playing a charismatic person. If you really want to, you can get things moving.
Yeah, I was thinking in terms of sticking to the plan and seeing how this is going. But
I mean, the plan right now.
You can also do that too.
So far, I think.
Yeah, but it feels weird to just be yeah, I'm not doing anything because we're on schedule.
Yeah,
feels like it's against the spirit.
So go and talk to some people, knock some heads, see what you can find out. Talk to the crowd or start some shit, get people angry or something. I don't know.
All right, I guess.
Climb up and try to get eyes on the box.
Don't we assume that the box is with the Lady Neil?
We saw the lady.
No.
She doesn't have the box.
The box.
She's got a lot of room on her.
The box is probably at her coach.
She doesn't have the box.
Aren't you in her coach?
You're indisposed right now.
Yeah, no, I know.
Isn't Jasper in her coach?
Nope. He took her to a run.
She's out.
What? I thought he went into her coach.
Nope.
Went up to her coach, but then we led her away through the crowd.
But now we're waiting on our distraction, waiting for Avi to attack.
I thought he was in the coach.
No.
Oh my goodness, that was a
The
small
guards
detail
are
to
around
miss.
are
Very
around the
important.
coach.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was weird. I thought it would be weird for her to leave the guards. Yikes! All right.
Guards with her.
It's a couple guards.
Okay.
Most of the guards are on the coach because that's where the good shit is.
All right.
You've got a friend in me.
Okay, so now, knowing that is the case,
You got a
I
friend in me.
probably want to see if I could send some guards off to the to Lady Neela. Just make it a bit more of a enticing target, I guess, right?
You just walk up and
That's
like,
what I'm
hey,
thinking.
I think your lady needs some help or something. Yeah.
He's been gone a while.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean,
Yeah, I was
your
just
character-
struggling with like where I'm trying to go.
Your character can talk. So.
That's fine. You're
Mhm.
so as you do that, one guard, the one you talk to, he goes and he makes his way towards the direction she was last seen, kind of looking for.
Yeah, and this has the double benefit of if Avi tries to whack Lady Neela, then Jasper has a little
Been
more.
whacked, bro.
Boo.
He's not wrong.
Nice. All right. Yeah, sorry guys. I was just kind of like
Tight.
struggling.
Alright, he's drunk.
Okay, so
Yeah, true.
Garrett, as you're trailing here, actually, you know what? We'll go to Jasper. Would you like to give us any details?
Give us the details. I mean, I rolled a 19. I rocked her world. She thought she could handle it. She couldn't handle it.
Like after we finish the mission, it's gonna be like a 2-hour wait for Jasper to show up.
She's got a thirst, mate. She can go forever.
And so forever we shall go.
That way
like
he
that-
can keep up.
I'll keep until
guards-
Jasmine has.
I have to watch the whole time.
Oh, the guards are watching. We got a show.
Yeah, the guards are watching the whole time. They are right there. They're not.
I
I mean,
might
they're
even
not
try to
doing
tempt
anything about it. They're just like, you can almost tell like they're probably used to this.
Jesus.
So I'm just like smacking it, like making eye contact with the guards. Just
One of them
keeping-
gives you a wink and a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Living the dream.
just wrecking it. Hey.
We brought him here for.
This
Right.
is,
So much distracting going on.
Oh yeah, extracting. That's like
Distracting. A distraction.
that's extracting. Alright.
So good. Okay, so Garrett, as you kind of like a shingle kind of falls down as you falls onto the ground as you're trailing this guy in the alley. He turns around and kind of skitters off. But you see, it looked like he had a pallet with several barrels on it, and there's only one barrel left. Like, that's behind this building. There's like scuff marks in the dust where it seems like he's been rolling or moving some of this stuff around.
As a person who lives in this world, which Weiler does not, would I have any inclination as to what those barrels are? As to what they can contain?
I mean, you're looking from like a second story, so you're not really
Yeah.
sure what's in them.
Of like potential things, explosives, fluids, all kinds of stuff, right?
Not be explosives.
Could be anything. They put lots of shit in barrels. You're not
True.
sure.
Both of those things are going on in my room. Sorry.
I'm gonna kind of make a mental note of that. Looking around, like can I see the person still, or have they scampered off entirely?
He bolts as soon as you notice him.
All right. Then I'm gonna start heading back. Still keeping an eye out for anybody who looks out of place here. But just gonna start heading back.
Okay. So, as we push on, so this is kind of like, this isn't like the minute to minute now. This is like the party's pushing on for a little bit. The lady's been gone for a little while. So one of the guards kind of like on the door notices what's going on, checks in with the other guards, and then comes back to inform all the other guards.
She'll be a while.
Yeah, that she'll be a while. the interim there, like the party's going strong, like it's been a little while, and you can see like people are like dropping like flies, like people are just getting fucked up, and they're just kind of like hey, they're plopping in the streets, and like it is kind of like a giant block party right now. It's essentially what this is. Even like a couple of the guards, they've they're relaxing just a little bit, like they're having like a drink or two. People are, like all these refreshments are being rolled out. Some by the caravan, but like a lot is coming from the town. Like they're just cracking open like, whatever fucking cheeses or like dried shit and like whatever it is that they have to offer.
I just imagine they pull out a pallet of feces, like here.
Hot off the
as
hot
you
out
do.
of the oven. Garrett, you noticed just because you went and did that, somebody rolls out a familiar looking barrel. Crack it open. A couple mugs are like, poof, and they begin essentially tapping this giant barrel and going to town.
Immediately upon seeing that, and I'm basically telling anybody in the party to not drink whatever that is.
All right.
Like I
Put some muscle in it.
I want everybody to go
put
ahead
some
and
spring
make
in my
a
step.
D20 roll right now.
All right.
Okay,
I mean-
now something's happening.
I don't have to worry about drinking that.
God damn it!
Now something's happening.
I'm indisposed.
Because I'm assuming all of you guys had a drink.
Yes, but we're not drinking. We're not drinking whatever I just saw put down. At least.
I didn't have a drink.
I had a sip of a drink.
Sip.
I'm-
This has been like, you don't just take a sip of a drink and like, you just throw it away. Like,
I only took the drink because Jasmine pushed it on me. I don't drink on a job.
Did I
you're
drink?
getting
Oh,
drunk.
That probably wasn't from the barrel.
It's whatever Jasmine pointed me at.
I also don't think that Garrett has really drank anything either. I mean,
I've been lying in wait, no drinks.
Fair enough.
he's not really been socially
So yeah,
involved.
depending on like what it is, like it may have an effect on me. But like it was one sip for dramatic effect. To be like, Jasmine making fun of me.
Okay. Fair enough. So we'll say no
So
consequences.
I was gonna say I don't know what it is.
No.
What?
Although,
I'm down to show symptoms.
because
So
Rick has not said anything. Jasper might be fucking wasted.
I didn't drink
Jasper, he didn't drink anything. But okay, so
I guess.
so we'll just start with Jasper for a little bit of comedy here. So with the two, you're trying to hold it in, man. Trying to be that distraction as long as you can, but
I did my time.
she grabs you by the neck and kind of like begins clawing you up and says, "I am going to destroy you." As she just like
I was like, why? And I was like, yeah.
as she just destroys you and you can't keep it in anymore.
Yikes!
And
Yikes!
with those
Like
last few precious seconds, as a squeal emerges
Oh
from
my god.
from your lips. You all hear this commotion coming from the town, and she kind of looks over.
Sweet
The
Jesus.
guards begin like, "Huh?" And you're just kind of lying there, just crumpled in a heap of flesh, fighting the urge to nap so hard. All right. So with that, all right, Jasmine, what are you doing?
I've done my job.
Okay. Well, as I was outside lying in wait, I will be observing Yeah, I'm a little on edge. I've noticed that thing, and that's very unlike him. Stay concealed. I mean, I'm in his colors, so I don't want to get caught. Keep my eyes sharp because he's planning something that's not normal.
I imagine you're kind of waiting for Garrett as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, I'd assume Garrett did his thing and he came back, so this is like...
Yeah, so...
I mean, I'm also supposed to like bust in looking like Avi's men, but Avi's men aren't here, so if I bust in now, there's guards and we're screwed.
Same, kinda. But, I guess just to have the bit of conversation and the exchange of information, I show up, I kind of drop from a rafter, and I, land, just go, apparently Avi's providing the drinks. So,
I'm definitely gonna flinch at that. Like, visibly, like, oh, that's not good.
Don't drink anything, and I have a feeling there might be a reason why people are passing out.
So that
Sounds
happens.
just like
you
him.
see there's like two people just in front of you, just like they fall. You see a couple of the guards begin to like lean on their posts a little bit. And kind
Clever, even for him.
in a brief, like roughly 5-minute span, like you just see like pretty much half the populace just dropping like flies. And as you're like, what is going on? As you're kind of waiting for somebody to make the first move, you just see just flying out of essentially a shitload of alleyways and these buildings, just like ants, like a swarm of these men in black tunics, just men and women, just like they are essentially just cutting down whatever they can for the guards. And in that moment, Jasper, you look over to see, or sorry, Jasmine, you look over to see Avi as he kind of rushes in, and he just stabs one of the guards in the head, and he makes his way, he busts into that caravan, and you see him leaving with this large ornate box as you guys lock eyes, and he begins dashing down the alleyway.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that he does not get far. And I just fucking...
Yeah, you begin chasing after him. You're kind of, but there's like a sea of people in this cacophony. You're trying to like fight your way through the wave, but you can kind of see as he's skittering, he's gaining quite a bit of ground on you.
At this point, I'm not hesitating to use force. I'm essentially taking out a heavy club from my pack and just bludgeoning anybody who gets in my way. Not killing anyone, but knocking people on their ass.
Yeah, that's fine. So you're trying to do that, but again, it's just a very chaotic situation, and you guys were definitely you were waiting for them to make the first move, and they had plenty of time to do so.
Also, assuming that I had a couple minutes to just kind of get an idea of what's going on, the people who were dropping, were they alive, or was it lethal?
Just go ahead and do another D20 check to see if like you can tell if they're dead or not.
Nope.
You're not sure. They're breathing, it's very shallow, and it's also a really chaotic scene. You can't really tell if they're dead or not. Alright. So Prismius, what are you up to? So as all hell breaks loose.
Garrett takes off, and I look around, see all the guards were basically supposed to be our line of defense for like clashing with Avi's men, and I know where there are guards that haven't been indisposed, hopefully. The ones that Neela took with her. So, and also, we gotta make sure Jasper's okay. So, I guess I take off in the opposite direction as Garrett.
He's not.
It's not.
He's not okay.
Death,
yeah.
Conscious.
death by snoo snoo.
Yikes. But yeah, gonna try to get both Jasper and also Neela's guards.
So, yeah, that's... So as you begin making way, you're calling out, yeah. Alright, so everybody go ahead and roll their other, next d20, and while that's happening, so you run and you kind of end up meeting the guards halfway. But they're trying to stay with the lady, and the lady doesn't move quite as fast. Lady Neela, doesn't move quite as fast as,
Why are we so bad at this?
I don't know.
I'm spent. Makes
I'm
sense.
really low today.
You see Jasper, he's kind of like he's hobbling out. And he leans up against the post as the guards kind of begin running past you. They've definitely been alerted to the commotion. You can feel free to stop them if you wish.
Last time on a distraction. Did everybody roll?
What?
Again?
We're rolling
Did we
again?
roll?
What's going on?
Well, there.
I guess we're rolling again.
See, now I don't know because I thought you. All those really low rolls, that 4, 5, 2. Yeah.
I mean, I rolled the 4 to check if somebody was alive.
Yeah.
True.
So-
Yeah. So it's 5, 2, 9, 4. Yeah.
So I guess we all die.
So all poop. Everybody dies at the end. Yeah. So just describe what you're doing. We'll start with Jasmine.
Well,
As
he's
Garrett
obviously made his
Takes off
move
with the bolt of lightning.
to get out of the city. I know that at least. So I'm going to try and alert all the guards that I see, or really anybody. Wait, I'm still dressed as his people.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem.
Well, I mean,
No, that's fine.
up on the streets, I can make my way out if I can draw people's attention, because I kind of look like the people who are attacking. I'm gonna try and draw some people, slip through the alleyways into outskirts of town, see if I can see where they're rendezvous, and bring hell behind me.
Okay. Apparently hell has already been set forth, and essentially at this point, now that they've had plenty of time to essentially let people drink their poison shit, at least half the guards are gone. And then with now all of his men pouring out of the buildings, taking them by surprise, it's a pretty one-sided fight at this point.
I am by the place where Lady Neela is, because I was kind of lying in wait. I can at least bring those guards with me.
Yeah, okay, so you can say, well, that's kind of what Prismius was doing. So you kind of follow behind him, and as they rush past you both, you lock eyes with your brother and then attempt to get their attention.
Yes.
Combined, you have a 9, so...
Yay!
You let them know what's going on, and they kind of... enough to acknowledge you, but rather than go after the person taking the box, they're more concerned about her safety as they begin to lead her away.
Trying to convince her to give chase. I mean, that was her big offering. Now she's going to show up to the barony like the fool. She's touchy and kind of vain.
That is true. But the one thing that she values more than her image is her own life.
Yeah. Vain people are not suicidal.
That
That's
is
true.
very true.
Says who?
Fuck that.
Fortunately, you try and convince her to give chase. You let her know about the box, and even at that, she kind of she seems like she's very suspicious of you, that you even know of the box, and she's pretty much tells her guards let's go, and begins running off essentially with the guards in a different direction.
I don't know why, but I picture both her and Jasper as being still naked.
Not that we have full on now.
Yeah, she's definitely her appearance is quite disheveled.
Oh, whatever. We don't have to worry about her anymore.
So, okay.
you.
So, Jasper, Garrett, Prismius.
Hmm?
What are y'all doing?
I'm not doing anything. I'm trying to catch my breath.
Yeah, Jasper's resting.
Fair enough. Garrett?
Leaning against the wall, catch my breath.
And I'm charging after Avi, using anything that I can think of to get a tactical advantage and chasing him down, throwing weapons at him, just trying to get the upper hand, climb buildings and stuff, just trying to catch up.
All right. With
One
that,
thing, is Avi being trailed or is he alone?
he pretty much made a mad dash for it, and there's a couple of men that are around him, but he's
So that was
definitely
something, yeah.
separate from the crowd. He's letting the bulk of his goons do the dirty work, and there's a couple people that have joined him, kind of running back to wherever it is they're running.
And one is better. Danger.
Prismius, then.
So as you
Hi.
as you begin to give chase, you're not really gaining, but you're not really losing either.
Yeah.
You kind of break out to the other side of this crowd, and you begin chasing him as fast as you can. And then Prismius, yeah.
I would say I'm with Jasmine. I assume I was trying to persuade Lady Nila to send some forces over rather than be made a fool of by Avi. But if that's not working, then say it's all three of us. Garrett's off on his own. My inclination is to cut losses. Where the hell is Nico in all of it?
It's actually a good point.
Very good point.
I got him prettied up for nothing?
You should totally go and see if Nico drank that.
Yeah, where's Nico? Because
fucking passed out somewhere.
I'm frustrated with how this went down, and I'm 97% sure Nico backstabbed us.
He either backstabbed us or he's passed out somewhere. Or
So
dead.
yeah, where's Nico? That's what I want to do.
Forward. Can he
Because-
find
Wandering
because I-
aimlessly
yeah.
through the chaos. Nico!
Wait, we didn't have where's our meeting spot? Everyone has a meeting spot. Or is it
Sure.
it's if things go to hell, you split up, when safe, you meet back at place.
I'm assuming
That's
that
how you
I'm assuming he drank that stuff and passed out, so I don't think
Yeah,
he's gonna
if
be
he
wherever
if
he
he Yeah, if he isn't at the meeting spot, I'm just gonna assume that he's either passed out or ditched us.
So you head to the meeting spot. The meeting spot would probably have been Jin. Because it's not terribly far. So you do that, and he is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, gotcha. I mean, that's all I got.
As you go, there's a message written on the table, the same table that you met, and it just says, "Sorry, kid." And N.
I pick up the note and I stare at it long and hard before, like, clenching my fist around it, and like that's the end scene for Prismesis' part. Him like crumpling the note in his hand, like you see like their nails digging into their palm.
And all right, so as he begins like kind of running past, running away from you, Garrett, you begin trying to like doing anything you can in this desperate attempt to catch up to him.
Toss a dagger at the crowd, hoping to either hit one of his men or him.
Yeah, you. And it like one kind of hits one of his men like square, like right in the back of the head, and he just crumples him as he like rolls in the dirt.
Rip it out, keep
And
moving.
yeah, so you do that, and as he kind of takes notice, with that, you see, as you know what, yeah, Avi would just as he stops, and he tells his other guard, essentially to go get help, go get more men, and
In this second, I get a little bit closer and I just shout to him, "I wouldn't recommend it. I will not hesitate to kill you. This is what I do."
Yikes.
how old is Garrett?
Probably like 19, 20.
Yeah,
Not super young, but young.
yeah. So he kind of yells back to you. I would like to see you try.
But he's all pomp and circumstance.
What's happening?
And then that he like pulls out a weapon as you guys begin to like dance around each other and clash. And
Still has the box, right? And
pretty much.
And knowing that Avi is basically all offense, Garrett's trying to play the defense and knowing that he's kind of one-track minded and trying to skirt around that fact. Play to his advantages, being versatile.
All right. So Jasper and Jasmine, as you're kind of like standing there, like, what am I doing? Like, fuck. And you guys like get together and kind of band up.
Oh, we found Avi?
You guys didn't. Garrett, from like the first second he just bolted, you guys were like running it. You were, distracting the lady. She like ran over towards you guys like in a different direction. So the chaos ensues, and at this point you see like the whole situation is completely run over by Avi's men, and at that, a couple of them take notice of you two. Some shouts are ordered, and essentially a swarm of them begin dashing after you.
Time to cut tail, sister. I don't know
Need
if
to
this
go.
Jasmine
He
and Jasper making out of this.
hates us specifically, so that makes sense.
run in the opposite direction.
Are you guys splitting up, or are you guys going the same way?
No, go where she goes.
So
Instinct has fallen in, and we are doing the twin thing.
Yeah, you're just like running for your lives. So you're just like dashing in and out. You can see quite a few of these men like in and out of buildings. There's like a dagger that, and it, just goes like right, like in a wooden post next to your head. And as you begin making way, I'm gonna say like pretty much cutting it as Prismius as he like reads this note and he crumples it up. Because by the time everything else happens, that's pretty much going to be the end of it, and then we might come back to you after. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right, so Garrett. So pretty much it's going to be you. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Don't die.
All right,
That
so
could
kind
be
of
a
like
lot worse.
kind of like a stalemate. So as you like shink shink shink, and you're not sure now. Like this other guard that was with him that is off to go get help. It has vanished. You're not sure. So Avi kind of smirks at you, and he's just fighting you with like one hand right now because he has the other one on the box. And he kind of, in a quick motion, he throws the box away to one side, and he gives you his full attention. And as he does that, he goes, "Now you have my full attention."
It's good for you.
I'm glad he clarified that.
He's not so smart. Give him credit.
Yeah,
As in the split seconds that he's throwing the box away, I basically toss the club that I've been fighting with to the side, and I whip out 2 daggers, and I'm just like, now you've made me switch to using lethal force. Hope you're happy.
and with that,
That's
you go,
off.
like chung, 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 as you begin like trading blows. The twins are just dashing forward. I'm actually gonna have you guys go ahead and roll a d20 as well, as you're just like making your way. And
We're rolling natural 20s. We got last.
I know it made things go so much easier when everybody was getting.
Sorry.
14 is good.
I fuck it up.
Whoa!
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so you guys are pretty much like
Never mind.
holding. You guys are like dashing. You're like holding hands, like pulling each other, like fuck, and that you just begin like slowly making more of a gap as you're kind of like running out back and around the action to try and like cut through, hopefully circling back with your friends.
We'd probably run towards the gin.
Okay, because that
That's
was
what we did.
yeah.
That was the plan, but we gotta go.
Garrett, go ahead and roll another d20.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's slightly better.
So as you guys are clashing back and forth, he goes to clash, right? Boom, as you deflect it, and in that moment he like poof, like punches you right in the face as you kind of like you come back, you get a little blood dripping, and he goes to attack you. You parry it, and you like slice like just a little bit, like drawing a little line of blood, like where his ribs were. Like if you had just extended a little bit more, it would have been a lot more devastating. And you guys begin going at it again. Go ahead and roll one more for me.
Like, as I cut him, I just kind of look at him and I just go, I hope you realize that if I take you down, you're not living.
That
Not
is usually
sparing
what
you.
happens when you take someone down, kid.
I spare many. I'm not sparing you.
And in that moment, he's kind of like, you can see like his blood begins to boil, and enough of this. And you guys begin to clash at it, ching 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 ching, and he gets a good one in you, like kind of like cutting your thigh a little bit, the meat of your thigh. And as he does that, just kind of, he does more of like a power strike, right? It cuts a little bit in the meat of your thigh, and as you sidestep and you like right to the back, as he kind of like takes one knee, and as you go to do the finishing blow, you feel this white hot pain as you stab him, and as you drop your dagger, you look back to see a clean-shaven, well-dressed man staring at you. As the world begins to fade, you kind of come down to one knee as well. You look over as you see Nico walk over, pick up a jeweled ornate box, give you a smile, kind of like tip his hat. Thanks, kid. And he begins walking off.
So, where was I hit? How was I hit? Can I get back up?
You just feel the warmth as the life is just starting to flow out of you. You can tell you were hit, like in the back, like where the essentially where the artery is by your kidneys, and you can tell it was definitely a good hit. You're not sure how long you're gonna last, but in the last few seconds, you take that glory of, Avi's cold corpse lying next to you is your kind of sweet satisfaction as the world fades into black.
Damn it, taking away all my cool backup characters, Dylan. All right.
No, I'm sorry. I was gonna wait to see if the roles were essentially just dictating how things were gonna go down between you and Avi. Was he gonna go and take the box and reap all the rewards, or was he just gonna go with him after and just take what his original cut was? Depended on the events that happened. So, as the dust begins to settle, and you all realize that your friend Garrett is not coming to the meeting spot, you find his corpse lying in a pool of blood next to the corpse of Avi.
Backstory: death.
Look over it solemnly and kind of go and close his eyes, maybe get a pot shot or two, and people die if they are killed. I love that fucking picture so much. Oh man, I haven't seen that in a long time. Anyway, so as you kick,
Will do die if they are killed.
yeah. Oh, that shut me down. I love that picture so much. But yeah, and out from behind Garrett, you see there's a blade sticking out, a blade that you recognize, Nico's blade, and that in conjunction with the note that was left for Prismius to find, you can piece together what happened.
I'm a little taken aback. It's a little heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is, but still,
Sorry guys, it's the way the cookie.
Oh, I mean that's actually.
I knew he was gonna die.
It falls directly in line what I wanted for this narrative, but it hurts.
Yeah.
Jasmine is going to take the knife out of Garrett. Politeness. And give it a really disdainful look as she chucks it into the dust. I guess Avi made him a better deal.
I know his type. He took... And Prismius glances over at the Avi's corpse as well. He's an opportunist.
This is a lesson. You take to heart. Got emotionally invested. It was supposed to be business. She kind of like gives Prismius a side look.
Never leave an enemy behind. It's the lesson.
So out of character, it sounds like Jasmine's getting kind of bitter.
Yeah, well, that would explain why she's so bitter in general. And uses people like tools now.
Mm-hmm.
Should get home before someone else dies. Guess we won't have this fat bastard haunting our door anymore. And she's gonna give Avi's corpse a square kick in the nuts.
Satisfying
That's
squelch.
spit on his body. Piece of shit.
She's probably going to definitely take both Prismius and Jasper by the arm. She wants to keep them close now because fun anymore. For making friends.
How do I?
All right, and as she kind of coldly turns, grabbing you all by the arm, she begins to walk off. As you all begin to make your way back towards the Scarlet Sands, and we pan out. She snaps back to the current day, shakes her head as the freshly expired survivor has taken his last breath, and she turns and walks away.
Wait, who was the survivor? Was it Nico?
No, from
in the
the
flashback to the
Beginning, this
present.
is like, yeah, flashing back to the present.
Yeah, we were back to the future.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
you know,
Who's the dying person? Just some random person?
Yeah, just some
one
random.
of the random people we freed. It just
Aww.
kind of made me remember.
Yeah,
last
that was
time
like as
someone
everybody
died.
was escaping, like he had taken some serious wounds and was like bleeding out, and then just like collapsed. And
As she watched him die, she thought about it.
She just assassinated a man. Not
Yeah.
too long ago.
I mean, a steak man.
Like 5 minutes ago. She just eviscerated him.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the spilling of innocent blood, and like, should it matter to her?
Oh well. Hopefully